We were always here.
True.
We've been stationary this entire time.
Yeah.
But I'm good to start it whenever we're ready. Are we
Me
good to start?
too. If everybody's good to start, we can start as soon as we can. I just want to introduce to the people watching what this is. We're all gonna watch episodes 1 to 10 together. It's gonna be quite the marathon, and we're gonna talk over it. So don't be upset. Last time we did this, people were like, "Stop talking! I can't hear it." That's not what this is for. This is not just to watch. We are doing commentary. We're gonna talk about. We're probably gonna just make jokes or give fun facts about making the show, if whatever anyone thinks of. And we're going to try to keep it mostly clean because we're aiming to keep this one up on YouTube when we're done. Forever and ever.
Can I just say that it's funny on my phone that the live chat says 1K people, but it says, and before it said like 400 people watching. YouTube's broken.
YouTube's always
went
broken.
from like 400 to 1K really quick.
Already
Yeah.
1K people
up.
here.
Okay.
Maddie, you said you expected at least just.
I did. I expected 2,000 people at our maximum, and we're almost there in the first few minutes. But who knows if we'll get higher or lower? I find a lot of people show up at the beginning, and then they're like, "I'm not interested. Actually, this is and they leave. So we'll see if I'm right.
We'll indeed see.
Give it time.
Yeah.
Speaking of not
Someone
being
said that
interested,
they've popped 5 bags of popcorn for this in the comments. So I appreciate it. I appreciate that popcorn game. That's some quality popcorn game.
Can y'all share some
That
of that?
just came up on my end. You're seeing it faster than me.
Okay, so I'm ready to start. I'm gonna hit the start button now. So here we
All
go.
right, everybody, let's do it.
Grab your
Yay, let's go.
snacks.
Brilliant,
is not
folks.
intended for children
And
and contains
here we
mature
go.
themes and violence.
Wait, is this a show about lions?
I think it might be.
Can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Not on the wrong.
I think this
been
is
a
the one
week.
about wolves.
Oh, good. Yeah, right. This is the one about a cow.
I'm so sorry, Maddie.
Really
for making
pretty.
it.
Wild.
Yeah, I think this is called the wild.
Where's Rune?
Oh,
there he is.
Wait, this isn't How to Train Your Dragon?
I thought this was about dragons.
Oh, dang.
I want my money back.
Oh no! Please.
I haven't watched this in so long, actually.
I have never watched the whole thing.
Actually sat down and watched the earlier episodes, so this is actually kind of fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's so
me
weird.
too. I've seen
I
like
have
the
to
whole
because
thing in
my kids are like,
storyboard
I
form.
want to watch nothing.
Oh, that's crazy, Patrick. Have you never seen like the episodes?
I've watched a lot of them, but this is going to be my first full watch through of this.
So could I ask a question of the
Absolutely.
team, particularly the animation team?
Yes,
What was
Rez.
the decision to have this different style for the goddesses and for the intro sequence?
Oh, that wasn't really my decision. We had this amazing sword artist at the beginning named Randy, and I was like, can you just make like a cool, simple style? And then we wanted 2 different styles, one for Shark Tongue's imagination and one for Nothing's imagination. And he came up with this one, and I came up with the one that comes up when nothing tells the story. There you go.
Please.
Thanks for asking.
And of course, this interruption of real life coming into the story as well is just a very, very cute way to introduce the characters and introduce, Sharp Tongue as well.
Aw.
And yeah, just very, very cute intro.
Thanks so much, Rez.
Tribble really likes the number 3.
Buddy, do I ever.
I mean, 3 is the number for perfection, so you know.
3 seasons, 3 goddesses, it's all 3.
There's always a rule of 3s.
Yeah, and punchlines work the best with 3.
Yo, this is a story all about how my pride got twisted upside down.
Boy.
Copyright infringement! Copyright infringement!
Oh no!
Heather doesn't exist yet, but he's absolutely doing that.
I think that particular parody was very fire.
That was
Get it?
Oh, yes, the fire joke.
Start.
I love her look right here. She's just so cool.
She's so happy here. And like Helen did such an amazing job of bringing in such a kindness to the voice that's gone later. It's so
She
good.
looks so fluffy and soft and motherly.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the one episode that I got to be nice.
So 7.
You did
Like,
so good.
At the end of
a little
11.
bit.
Upset that you have to spend the afternoon with your
I was gonna
dad.
say, can I ask like a
Daddy man.
question? Like, how long was Starmane in charge?
I don't know. A while. I would assume enough time for her to love him.
A lot of people ask, did he have cubs with Waterhound? And I'm like, I don't think so.
No, I don't think. I think he was kind of a one man or one lady man. I don't know. I feel like they were monogamous. Maybe that's just me pushing my standards onto lions.
The pride's not very big, so I think that thinking actually sounds about right. Maybe Water Hunter was much younger.
Yeah, maybe Water Hunter's from a different glitter. No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know.
She might be. She might be at least like, I don't know, 1 year younger than her sister.
Maybe he just didn't feel like it, you know? Like,
yeah.
He wasn't feeling the vibe.
Yeah.
Spark's face is really creepy there.
He just lost blood.
Knowing that this was his first and only litter, and they're gone, except for nothing. And I guess Fire too, but we all know only nothing is still around in our hearts.
2 out of 3, not terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed? How Karabi has her tail wrapped around Kyoga in that in that initial plot. And then when in episode 8 or whatever, it's Kyoga's tail wrapped around Karabi when she is Azra.
I didn't even notice that, but I'm glad it's there because it makes us look smarter.
I was gonna say, was that on purpose? Totally, yeah.
But I'll take credit.
I also really like the look of the grass.
Oh, me too. I wish Mick was here.
Look at this little
They did that
brat.
grass.
Yeah.
Fire.
Don't be such a bracken.
Foreshadowing for like episode 10 here.
Yeah.
Putting it in early.
Someone pointed out like this main and no main interaction and how that happens later in episode 10, and I was like, you genius, because I did not notice that.
Yeah, it's a similar fight, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I read the scripts. I've been here for 1.5 years, and I never noticed.
You were like the first person to read the scripts. My story editor caught that one. Like my other, yeah. But I think it's fun that like basically episodes 8, 9, and 10 are just episode 1, but like real. Like it's just the same, all the same things.
Yeet.
Starman.
They're hiding in the grass. Big bright blue eyes hiding in the grass.
Actually, I'm wondering if Spark was originally meant to be light. That'd be a good theory.
I'm noticing any character that has like a hint of yellow in their design is like doomed.
Yeah. Yellow.
Starman.
It's like the red shirts in Star Trek. If you got a red shirt, you're done. I'm sorry.
It's like any warrior cat that has any kit that has snow, like Snow Kit, is just dead in the water.
Yeah, Snow Kid was never. Did Snow Kid get eaten by a hawk terrifyingly for no reason?
Yeah,
it's pretty messed up.
Books were traumatic.
It was really bad. Imagine being me at 14 and you're like, what?
Like, as a kid, we just read it and accepted it, but then as an adult, we go back and go, whoa.
I know.
that was a lot.
I remember when I was so young and it was so fucked. Like, that's why my shows are all, like, fucked up. Like,
and there goes the F-bombs.
I was gonna say F-bomb too.
I was gonna say I've never I don't know. I don't know anything about like warrior cats, but like when I was really young, I watched a lot of Redwall, and that was messed up. I remember there was a scene where like a snake ate like a dude, and it was just like that I guess happens.
Awesome.
In Warrior Cats, there's a scene where a guy gets violently disemboweled in front of his children.
Yeah.
God.
And people just accepted that.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and he dies like multiple times.
And he dies multiple times, and they describe how he convulses and dies.
That was Tiger Star, right? I remember that.
Yeah.
I never read any of the Warrior books, but I was already out of school before I really got involved with the Warrior fandom. But I know so much of the story now through like AMVs and other animations. It's like, that's how I met Tribble.
I watch Warrior Cats MAPs all the time.
Hello, Kitty.
So well produced.
Same.
Yeah, they're so pretty.
Oh, grape.
Bye, Spark.
Oh, Spark.
Okay.
Hey, so I've never watched this show before. Is it? You think these things are gonna end
Is it gonna
well?
be okay?
He broke his little neck.
Oh.
That's what I assume happened.
Heads aren't supposed to do that.
No, they're not.
Also,
No.
Considering his name Quickmane, he's not very quick.
Redwall. There's a new series coming out on Netflix soon.
No. Yes. Really?
For
Yeah,
Redwall?
they're gonna do another. It's gonna be by the person who did Over the Garden Wall. They're gonna
Oh,
do
that's gonna be so good.
Whoa, really? Okay, I'm excited. Actually.
Also, Melissa, I wanted to say, like, all of your art reminds me of Redwall. It's like all just like fantasy animals, and I love it. And I wish you were a character designer for them.
I mean, I think it's in production. I don't know yet, but if they're looking for artists, I would be like shoving my art in their face, like, hire me now.
I love the color palette in the dream sequence. Very.
I'm going to call out as well the eyes in this.
The eyes.
At the beginning of this, where the iris just contracts down as well, and even more so when you see the waterfall as well, or when nothing sees the waterfall.
Or the little wiggles.
Baby ghost.
No.
Sister, you're awake. Fire.
Oh,
And Fire was nice,
so cute.
but pitying her.
Yeah. And No Main didn't find me.
I ate him.
I ate him. You're next.
Great. I'm gonna let that simmer.
Knowing where Fire's arc was gonna go and watching the fandom love him was low-key very funny. Like, I'm just
I was
thinking the same thing.
Someone
All I
like
can-
it's like chant, and they're like fire, fire, and like every time he gets close, she's like, oh, fire.
I saw that. Yeah.
I saw that same video. That was great.
Yeah.
No, all I think of now is like Fire just singing to himself, "When somebody loved me."
Wait. You know,
Copyright infringement. Copyright infringement.
Fire to be like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
do you guys know that the SpongeBob meme where like he's like washing on the stage and everyone's like, yeah, and then they pull him away and then Squidward comes out and then they all just stop cheering.
Yep,
And then they put
that's the
SpongeBob
one.
out on the stage again. They're like, yeah,
Perfect.
he's really just cleaning. That's Fire and Feather.
Yes.
That is true.
That is very true.
He was bested by a cub mother.
Mother. I love that line.
That is a good delivery on that line.
Yeah, it was so good.
Oh, thank you. A little bit of behind-the-scenes gossip, though.
Yes.
That line, the original way that was recorded, was actually completely different. The two sentences were actually one.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. And it's obviously been changed after it was recorded. But it works so well despite that. And, you know, I was really, really glad that it did work so well. And in the actual scene, that split and that kind of matter-of-fact interruption by Sharp Tongue, it's like, yep, I hear you, but I'm not paying you any attention. You got to do as you're told.
I do that all the time. It's basically like rewriting the script again once I get the delivery in, and I always try not to contact voice actors again. And I do my best to like splice things with what I have so that I don't have to bug anyone because I always write too much and I always need to cut it down at the end.
Is Quickmane supposed to sound like Thor?
No, but I love that about him.
I think he's Thor now.
It works.
Smear frame.
He has the mane for it.
I was gonna say smear frame.
He's got the kind of himbo attitude too. Like he's mean, but he's only mean because he's dumb.
I give actually kind of like Quick.
I think to be a himbo, you have to respect women, and I'm not
true.
sure.
No, he's
I'm
a
not sure
sexist,
if
so he
thing-
can't be a himbo. He's just.
I think Fire's probably a himbo. He might be too young.
I think Fire's a little. He's
I
gone
meant
a
to
little
say
too
Feather.
far
I
to
meant
the
to
dark
say
side.
Feather.
Feather's smart. Feather's smart. Don't
Feather's
say
little
that.
strategies. He's like little Armin Arler.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like another behind the scenes thing because I know so many people wanted to know what Water Hunter sounded like, and I will say from what I remember when I did the voice recording, I kind of intended that she has a very shaky voice, like she doesn't talk a whole lot, and when she does, like she's very nervous.
My mother couldn't tell me that.
I think that's what I was going for when I tried to voice her.
Aw.
She's so pretty.
What she's gonna sound like.
That's so much good thought behind it. I'm sorry your lines got cut.
No, that's all right. That's fine. I mean, it happens.
Thanks.
Yeah, I saw someone's video and they were like, "Why does it?"
Episode 2. Nothing. That's it. That's the end. Bye.
No, you have to say it properly.
We didn't
That's
have
all
anything for
nothing.
this episode. It's nothing.
Nothing.
A lot of emphasis on it.
Make it mean.
I went back and listened to my like auditions for other characters, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm so glad I was never cast. Better. It's so much better.
I feel
Yeah,
that too
that's-
sometimes.
That's me with Ghost. I remember I was listening to my audition for Ghost, and I'm like, oh yeah, I made the right choice not to make me Ghost.
You guys are all great in the roles you're in.
Exactly.
I remember listening.
Why do you
back
not
to, like,
follow?
my Shark Song and oh my god, it was terrible. I was like, oh, I sound so stereotypical old lady. It's terrible.
You were not terrible.
I think my
Powers, like, I remember doing an audition for a bunch of the female characters because I'm like, I'm just gonna throw my hat in every single ring and see what happens. But I remember when I recorded it and I was going back through the edits, I don't know if it was just because I used a louder voice for my hover audition, but like the audio was peaking so badly. It's like that like garbly thing when it's too loud and it's like trying not to peak, and I'm like, this sounds awful. I want to go redo it, but at the same time, I was like, it's like 10 o'clock at night. I don't want to go do this again. I'm just gonna throw it out there and hopefully like it won't wreck everything. So it's like I'm putting together all the different auditions, and then when I put that one out, I was just like, this sounds so bad. Like it sounds so bad. Hopefully when she listens to it, it's not like, oh my god, she doesn't know what she's doing. It's like, yeah, listen to the other auditions to see that I can make it sound good. This one just sounds like poop. I'm sorry.
You sounded so perfect, though. I remember when I heard yours, I was like, well, that's hover. Like, that's exactly what I wanted. Just like the
That's our
sound of
girl
your
right
voice.
there.
Yeah, it was great. Oh,
Sorry,
also, we got a
someone donated
donation.
Yeah, we got
Hey,
a
I
donation.
haven't been
Someone
paying
says-
attention over there.
Yeah, someone says, bringing this back from last highlight reel, hashtag complete the meat.
Yeah!
my-
highlight reel
God.
and made history with Complete the Meat.
The best thing I said in that entire stream.
Oh, shit, right! I can't stop swearing. I'm really sorry. That was Raven's joke. Maskii made into a hashtag.
That was. I will say, editing the meat onto nothing and QuickMane's faces in Photoshop was possibly the most cursed thing I've ever done while working on it, right?
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I was gonna say, like, it's funny that Maddie was like Tribble Maddie was like, okay, let's keep this clean, and immediately goes into sailor mouth.
Oh, yeah, I can't stop.
I
like this
I
shot.
like the
mute myself.
SpongeBob like censor noises of like the dolphin calls and like the
Just be, just
I wish I
change
could add that
the
in.
lion roars. It's fine.
She go boing.
What if she just like kept going? Like she just like floats up into the atmosphere.
Flew away.
People need me.
She just straight up goes to the moon and is like, that's right.
I found her.
She ends up.
Someone got to look on the moon.
It's kind of funny because she ends up getting nothing.
I want to go to the moon. QuickMane, why wait?
There,
Smack.
there are some shippers in the comments that I want to address. Feather and Nothing are cousins. They are family.
yeah.
Please do not ship.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a couple more donations. We got one from Pamela the Poison Ivy Dragon that says, Fire's eyes always remind me of the stone malachite. I don't know what that is. Oh, probably a stone.
A stone.
Yeah,
It's a really
yeah,
pretty
Green
gemstone.
stone.
Yeah,
Oh,
really
that's-
good.
well,
I used to
thank you.
have a chunk
It's
just
also
laying around.
toxic.
It is.
And Neon like Sag Cat says, hi, I just want to say good luck. Thank you.
Good luck for what?
You'll know.
Life.
Good
Good
luck
luck.
for
No.
this train. Good luck for getting through this.
I feel like I
Good
just
luck
heard.
after the year we just had. Come
Oh,
on.
I thought it was like I heard boss music in the background. I was like, oh, okay.
You'll know soon.
You'll know soon, Raven.
It's like they walk into the
Raven's
room
the
and it's like,
best.
oh, there's a lot of health and power-up items and ammo and a save station. Oh no.
Oh God.
That's
Imagine
really.
the game where you walk into a room and the boss just nerfs you.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
like where
no.
my trust issues began as a child. I think walking into a room and seeing a save point and being like, okay, well,
There's a
You walk into
moment.
a room and it's like a very open space with like some very strategically placed like items to hide behind, and it's like, uh-oh.
Oh, by the way, we got
Ow, ow.
DKK. I don't know what currency that is. Sorry. From Cami, I think that's how you pronounce it, and they say, my friend and I talked about the pride fire was going to take over and how some of the lionesses look like Hogger. Is it possible that's true and she was disowned?
That would be a question for Maskii, as Quill's her character, and that's the one that everyone compares to Hover all the time.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't paying attention and I will need to hear it again.
So they're just asking if Quill's related to Hover or / Moonstrike's pride. I don't think they are, but I don't know if you intended that.
I made Quill when I first started working on the show, so like back in August or the month after August, whatever month that is, I'm not gonna think about it. Yeah, that one. So there was no intentions as to relations. She was just originally made as like a lion Sona for myself, and then the later episodes came around and she ended up getting put into the show, and I was like all excited about that. So she wasn't intended to look like anyone. But, you know, there was this one AU that someone came up with, and they've made videos for it that I think is so cute, where you guys know which one I'm talking about. Someone made this video of, words are not happening. It was of Moonstrike, and it's basically she finds Quill as a cub and adopts her, and I think it's like the cutest AU idea ever. It is my absolute favorite.
I just want to cut in to say I think we got like a plethora of donations.
We got a bunch of donations that I feel like we should read.
Including, I think someone donated, if I'm not mistaken, $100.
Dang! Well, we should definitely read their message. I'm on one for $4.99. I think that's pounds or euros, and they said nothing. I believe I can fly. Now I'm gonna scroll down to the next ones. Oop. Oh my god, I'm so behind on the chat. Where's the one you were talking about? Can you read it?
Yeah, I can read some stuff here. So Chi Vita says, thank you for this amazing work of art. This season was amazing. Love y'all. And
oh my god, thank you.
And I think this was the $100 one. And then we have I think Euro from Jagged Bird. Much love to all the cast. Awesome. Thank you, Jagged Bird. And then
I think we also got a. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I'll let you
go. Oh no, sorry.
You're good. You're good. Just go.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to keep up with them all. There's so many awesome people here.
Thank you,
Martin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cami is from. It says the Danish crone.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cami. International.
Cool.
And I think we got another one that I may not have mentioned. I see one from Victoria Allen for $24. Thank you so much. They didn't even have a message.
Just give it
donated. Be kind. Thank you.
That's so nice. We appreciate all of you. You're all so lovely.
Yeah, we do. There's here's one that actually kind of made me go, oh my god, because it makes me think of a deleted scene. It's like punk bitch, sorry, 101. Plot twist, fire literally ate Starmane. I'm thinking,
well,
deleted
scene. It was a deleted scene where Fire wasn't great about Starmane.
Yeah,
Fire,
he wasn't.
So it's fine. If you guys think Fire is bad in episode 9 and 10 now, he was way worse.
I was like, he used to be somewhat sympathetic. In the original version, he was so evil. Insane.
Fire would never do anything bad, everyone.
Yeah.
Why would Fire ever do anything to hurt anyone ever?
Tangle.
Your best friend.
You're being too nice to your boyfriend who killed you. I mean, not ate you.
Sorry, what was that?
You'll have an answer soon.
Cherry Husky asked about Powerstrike and Quickmane having kids, and Farleap and Quickstock are Powerstrike and Quickmanes.
Farleap and Silent Stock, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a question there.
Stock is a cool huntress name, though.
And Anastasia Laura Rez says, what was the inspiration for the art style? And I made the art style, and it's just how I draw. I don't know how to draw otherwise. I wish I had a better, cooler answer. I'm just not a skilled artist.
You have a very distinctive style, though.
It's very
thanks.
And the eyes. We love the eyes.
They're very marble-like.
One thing
That's
that I
what
look
it
at
reminds me of.
Hell, but it's dribble.
Yeah. I like even though that I know that there's like no mouth flaps when they're talking, I don't know if my brain just automatically fills in the gaps, and it's like I know it was a real good decision animation wise that you guys didn't just
so much cheaper and easier.
And it's just like then you get like the real emotion, like right off. You just get this is their face, and they're like snarky or they're growly or they're.
Well, I'm glad it works. A lot of people are not happy. Like that's their series. Is that that? But it saves so much time. So I'm fine with it.
I think you get used to it really, really quick.
I think they would have been a lot less happier if the show just wasn't able to air because
if it just wasn't real.
You know.
Yeah.
So
also, I'm sorry to keep interrupting people to read donations. Ace Cloud donated $1, and they said, "Thank you for all your time and effort." And also, Emma Becker said, "I love my pride so much; it inspires me to draw." And Jagged Bird says, "P.S. If you ever need a support voice actor, feel free to give a shout." Well, we're not in production currently, but yeah, there'll be casting calls, I think, if we do more.
Savannah L, thank you for the donation as well, and Hannah De Vicaris.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for catching those. I must have missed them.
They're right. They just literally came up.
Oh, they just came. Oh, this is so weird. I must have a late
from
screen.
Albino Grey Wolves for $3 and says all characters are essential. At least I think so.
Thank you so much.
Great. I'm noticing a lot of people who did not stay for the after credits of
there's
they'll see it while they're watching it live.
Yeah.
Well,
They
their
get to
own
see it
impatience
today.
is their own downfall.
Exactly.
That's your
like a
voice.
Powerstrike.
I
Well
love
said.
your voice so much.
Everything you say sounds extremely important, and it's great.
And you make me feel nervous.
I missed out on making a joke at the water hole when this crocodile was there. I really wish I had just said, "This is what Water Hunter would say." Crikey, it's a croc. Crikey.
And then
Oh, this is a nice scene too.
Oh.
Look at the pretties.
Molly the Angel donated for $4.99 and said, "Hey team, love y'all to death. Quick question: would y'all ever consider doing something akin to a bloopers or outtakes
We have
compilation?"
so many bloopers for every episode, but I fully did not have time to edit them all together during the episode. I was thinking of, oh my god, my therapist just donated.
Is this our guy?
I'm
looking through all the donations.
Don't look. I shouldn't have even said that. Said, Maddie, you and your team have created a magnificent and special thing, something that is loved and adored by so many, and so crucial during this mad and crazy time. Congratulations! Thanks for coming, Rod.
Thanks,
so
dude.
awesome.
Thank you,
That's awesome that you're there to support you.
Rod, you saved my life on multiple occasions.
Yay!
Yay! Everybody give a big shout out for mental health. Yay!
Mental health support.
Mental health. Mental health.
I like this scene too. That was a really good shot.
Jump.
Yeah, I love this
Thank
scene.
you, Vivek, for £2.
2 pounds. Yeah.
£2.
I'm sorry, my brain. I'm not.
Can I just say the jumping animation is so good?
That was
Like,
so good. That was
it's
by
so
an
great.
animator. That was by Liam, and another animator left after episode 6 named Nina. And Nina, she's just incredible. I miss her art so much. She's amazing.
Oh,
Thank you, Panda Lover, for your donation.
Thank you so much, Panda Lover.
And Brindle Moon Studios donated $1.99. I noticed Moonstrike and Bark may look like Hover.
I dream about my
Okay.
Well, they don't have children.
The iceberg. Everyone is related to Hover.
Everyone is properly made.
Everybody.
What they do
Hover's
is
got a big fucking family.
lion shape.
I think so. I tried to pick a different color palette and make all the lions look a bit different than Nothing's Pride for like the pride that was far away from Moonstrike's Pride, and I was like, probably they'll look a bit like Hover. Maybe Hover's from that area, but they kind of backfired because everyone thinks everyone is related to her.
Well, the way I see it is
like look similar, and like it could be true that maybe Hover came from that area. She may not have been part of that pride, but also like I don't know why like the whole idea of like Hover having like a massive family makes me think that like I almost think of like Lady and the Tramp with the whole thing about how he had like a different family for every day of the week.
Yeah.
Hover just had like a different pride that she would just hit up and be like, "Hey guys."
Wait.
Aiden, thank you for the $2, Aiden.
Thank you so much, Aiden.
Thank you, Aiden.
Damien Creates $49.99. Do you ever look back at old animations and realize how much you have improved? I've been here since the first couple of episodes of Cav the Wild and was so happy to see a new animation out. I'm so invested in this animation.
I look
Thank you
back
so
and feel
much.
deeply ashamed of everything I've ever done.
All the animation.
I think
Every
that's
artist will always look back at their past things and go,
yeah. That's kind of an art
Definitely
thing.
back from deleting
The
them.
start is ridiculous.
We all
I mean-
grow and we learn.
I mean, Maddie, you made Cat of the Wild when you were like, what, 15? Just on your
Yeah.
spare time?
I started when I was 15, but I did it till I was like 18. I don't know. It's bad. It's too
That's
bad.
insane, though.
And then
like,
you go back even further to like Warriors.
Yeah, I've done
yeah,
too
you
much.
animated the entire Warriors book. That's how I found you, actually.
I just privated those videos because I was like, it's been long enough. Everyone has seen them. I can't. Also, I just want to shout out to Child of. Oh my God, I have to scroll. Okay, Child of Ender said, "Can I sell my soul to work for you guys?" No, please don't. And they donated $1. And ChewTube says, "I adore this series so much, I would have been lost in lockdown without it. It's even inspired me to start an audio drama. I want to work on the future. I hope that your audio drama goes amazing. That's so exciting."
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
And Chronically Jillian donated $3. And Meet Morp says, "Love you guys. Is it annoying for me to read all of these? And I just want to make sure everyone gets a shout out."
Look at him. It's fine.
If you
Because
get
it's like,
loads
we
in
can
one go,
definitely
you
like.
can just say thanks for the donations. I mean, if you
Okay.
don't want to read them all, but
I mean, I don't mind, but I also don't want to talk over everybody.
Oh, no
This
worries.
is an interesting one from Cami. They said, "Will we ever find out about Hover and her past, or will that forever be a secret? Also, what programs do you use for drawing and animation?"
We use Toon Boom Harmony, and I'm not sure if we're gonna have Hover's past. I think she mostly just had a pretty regular, like, I don't think she has a crazy backstory. I think she just grew up on the stretch and learned to survive and is tough and smart.
She's just the cool girlfriend, guys. That's her
cool
backstory.
girlfriend. It's her lot in life.
Cool girlfriend.
She's the girlfriend that like goes to Canadian Tire, which more than half of the people watching the stream won't know what that is.
It's fine. We know. Canada.
We know that's what's important.
Yes.
What about Canada? I'm confused. I was
Canadian
watching
Tire.
Train Dance and Cookstrings.
Canadian
Oh,
Tire
yeah, I
is
know
a place where you go if you're Canadian to look at tires, and you just kind of
Yeah,
walking
you
around
just
and you
go
say,
stare at some tires made in
There
the
is the
country.
magnificent
You say-
Canadian Tire.
What it says on the tin.
Also,
Oh.
Bella G.
It's me.
It's you!
Little meat swell.
Bella G says, "I want to say Feather is my favorite character because he went from 'I'm so excited to grow up and fight my dad' to anarchist revolutionary." Yes, Comrade Feather!
Cross-eyed Cub. What a legend. Moon Kitty.
Moon Kitty was always my favorite.
Yeah.
I bet whoever animated the Moon Kitty cub that was probably a really fun time.
Oh,
Someone's
music!
got
Wow.
Someone has a
I don't remember this in the soundtrack.
Also, Jamie Sword says, "This series is so very special to me. It makes me so happy, and it's my favorite web series of all time. Feather is my favorite." Feather, you're getting so much love.
Everybody loves Feather.
Adorable.
I love this animation here too. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Melina Mercer says, "Thank you so much for posting all your stuff for free. Literal." How dare you! All Canadians are saints.
Thanks.
Oh, really? Oh my God, like Charlotte.
Oh, Damien donated again. Thank you, Damien.
Thank you so much, Damien. Thank you.
Yeah.
And they said that the series helped them keep their passion for art and animation alive. Thank you so much.
I'm getting teary-eyed because I just remember what's gonna happen now.
Oh.
Yeah. Moment of silence.
When we say goodbye to Shayla.
Goodbye.
Kayla, you've been voted off the island.
Oh no!
Sus. Tyler and I were talking about what human Sharp Tongue's name would be, and I think we said it would be like Shirley or something.
Shirley? I see her as a
Shirley.
Like, what's a badass old lady?
Betty, like Betty White. She would be
Betty
a Betty White type.
In a podcast, this really cool old lady named Gertrude. I think she could be a Gertrude.
From Magnus.
From Magnus, she's the biggest badass ever.
I mean,
morally dubious, but
morally,
pretty
I was
badass.
gonna say like.
Listen,
though.
How do we donate? Good question.
There's a button. There's a $sign button. But don't feel pressured to donate. And I'm really sorry if we missed a few. They like a bunch came in at once, and then we I think fell off the wagon on reading all of them.
Yeah, they were.
Thank you so much for
piloting.
donating, even if we missed them.
Coming in hot, really, to be honest.
Oh, Victoria Allen donated again, and they said, I think fire is hot, even though he's evil. How do you feel about that one, Caliber?
Fire is hot. You can touch. I think.
His name is Fire.
If fire is hot, you know, like the actual thing, fire, not the character. But you know.
I love it.
Kovu effect.
Exactly. I was gonna say, you know, if people are attracted to Kovu, they can be attracted to fire.
That's fair.
I'm back. I just wanted to very quickly. Sorry, I just want to very quickly apologise. Had my phone on next to me, and yes, sincere apologies for my phone ringing during the live stream.
That's completely okay.
It's okay.
Guitar riff.
I should turn mine to silent. That's a good plan.
Mine's not even on silent. I'm just playing roulette with this.
No, but
It was
actually,
a great soundtrack.
I don't get
for my
phone
death
calls.
scene.
On the edge makes me excited.
Wiggly
Can I
grass.
just say the soundtrack is just amazing. Like I don't think I ever took the time to fully appreciate during the
Can we
funeral
get it on
scenes the
Spotify?
soundtrack in the
I want
back.
to sew to it.
Gorgeous.
So beautiful.
I
And the
know.
city does an amazing job.
I feel so lucky that we got them. Like, I still don't know why they signed on, because they're so incredible, and all of it has just been spectacular the whole time. I love
We
them.
got another
While we're still on
donation.
this episode,
I'm a real big sucker for this particular shot.
Oh,
Yes.
That is
The
beautiful.
background makes this one. The background's gorgeous.
As
that's
much,
just what I wanted to call out as well. Just this particular episode seems to just really display the talent of the background artists. At the very start of this episode, it starts in darkness and slowly lightens up to that sunrise scene. You have the daytime scene, which we'll see regularly throughout the other episodes, and then you have this beautiful scene set at night with this beautiful purple starlit sky.
yeah, I love the.
Big shout out to the animators, especially the background artists, because I don't think they get enough love.
This one's by Sam, and I always forget how to pronounce her last name, but I believe it's Gushu. And she's a painter, and she generally does just like gorgeous portrait paintings, and she just signed on as background artist for freelance work. And all of her backgrounds are just like magnificent. Not all the background artists are, but hers are just so painterly.
Yeah,
Love it.
I was gonna say I love like that like during those shots where we were looking at the night sky, it was like really like the framing of it, like the lines were so not really. It was like the sky was the center of the shot. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Also,
I
I
really
really like
like
a couple of donations. Sorry.
Yep, goes.
One says Golden Fang Ryu Sharon donated and $5, and they said, "Hey y'all, want to say this is the most amazing inspirational series I've ever seen." Also goes to FeatherVA Precious Beans. And Rapicus donated $10, and it has disappeared from my timeline because
I love y'all's work. Keep it up. Who's your favorite character to write, and which lion would you not nominate as the greatest beastess by gal non-binary pal?
I like writing Hover the best, and I don't think I understood the second half of the sentence.
Which lion would you nominate as the greatest?
Oh, as the greatest. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think they're all really good. Like even the ones that are like
The Scorpion.
The Scorpion.
There's
a Scorpion.
Harold. I vote Harold.
Episode 8?
Oh,
From someone called Aiden Lorance. I think that's you. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. $5, and they say, can the cast introduce themselves / what part in the show they play? I'm lost about who is who.
Oh, sorry about that. We did this before we started. I didn't even think to do it for the fans. Are you guys okay to do that again, or?
Yeah.
We could, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can run through the list, and also if you see on the side when we're talking, our name lights up, and usually in brackets you'll also see if that helps.
Oh,
you.
that's true. Yeah, it says what the person's name is and then what role they played on the show.
Yeah. So like for when I'm talking, you can see that I am a snack for fire.
Oh.
People are actually starting to think Fire ate Tangle. I don't know if that's true. I don't think it's true.
I just want to quickly say that. So when Maddie was like, when I was like getting kind of an audition or whatever for the role of Tangle, I think Maddie phrased it as like, like the role is to break people's hearts. At some point, there was the phrase "break people's hearts" was used at least one time.
And then you
that's
did
what,
it.
And that's what
By
convinced
God.
me to try out for it. Because I was like, okay, cool. That sounds like it will be devastating.
See, I was going to share it part had to be just ruining for people's emotions. And you did great.
Thank you.
Yep.
You did.
Tangle's like so sweet, and you can tell that from his voice, and then it goes poorly for him.
Also, Cammy donated another 200. Was this Dutch dollars? The DTK one?
Or the Danish?
Yes, yes, the
Sorry,
Danish
not
crown.
Dutch.
Yeah.
And they said, I know I already donated a lot, by the way, for live stream, but I just want to say thank you for the show. I'm taking a vaccine for corona, and the side effects have made me nervous, but you calmed me. Well, thank you for coming, and I'm so glad you got your vaccine. Hell yes!
Yeah, vaccines!
Lionesses are born nameless.
Honestly, my dad just got vaccinated like a day ago, and my mum's just now apparently been signed up for vaccination. So everyone in my house is getting vaccinated
That's
soon.
amazing. I don't know what it is with Canada. I don't know anybody who's been vaccinated. I feel like they've just given up. I don't know, but I'm so glad people are.
They're slowly, surely working through the seniors in Saskatchewan.
My roommate has a friend who works in the hospital, and she got vaccinated for it.
I would like to just quickly shout out my mother right quick, who is a nurse and has vaccinated 30 people or so far. So I just want to
Yeah!
Nice, Mom!
That's awesome.
That is awesome. She's a hero. And everyone says that, but she is. That's so cool.
And performed well in all supplementary skills.
I was gonna say, I've been vaccinated, and I was gonna say, be like Sharp Tongue, but don't die because.
Well,
Also,
I'm so glad you
since
got
their
vaccinated.
scene has come up, I do got to give a shout out to our voice actresses for Farleaf and Silence Doc. They are so good. They are so good.
Yeah.
Like, I love them dearly, and I love Farleaf as a character. I know most people are going to be like, why? But I'm like, I like her.
She's
a
really good.
interesting
I love
character.
Farleaf
I like
so
her.
much.
Maddie was the first Farleaf fan when everyone was just like, I hate Farleaf. Like, I love her so much because you'd read ahead.
I read ahead. I knew what happened in episode 7, and I was like, yes, I love emotionally complicated lesbians. That's the best thing in the world.
And I'm so glad we could deliver that.
Yes.
Oh, also we got a donation from Sammy Sergeant who said, my sister Vicky and I love your series so much. It's one of our favorite shows. But there's a death. Hit me super hard. It was so well done. Can't wait. And Okami Ninetails says Tangle would have been the best name. Aww.
I think it'd have been a great dad.
He wasn't tough enough to make it though, even if he hadn't been tragically murdered.
Would he have had the guts to actually kill someone?
I think he would have been like scruffy and like a lifer. Although, what do you think, Tangle?
I kind of actually agree. I feel like Tangle, like, I don't think he has the guts to hurt people. I think he even apologizes when he eats prey, you know?
Yeah!
Like, he's like, oh, sorry. Like,
Well, that's very honorable, though. Like, thank you for being my
suddenly love him more.
Yeah, but he kind of never stood a chance in the world of, like, Pride Law, at least in my mind. I feel like he was kind of doomed from the start.
Yeah, I mean, he foreshadowed his own death. I mean, he literally just accepted death. So.
Yeah, he predicted his own death, which I love doing. Also, Aligi just donated $20, and they said, very proud of what you all do for this YouTube community. I enjoy helping supporting groups like this. Continue being amazing, all of you. P.S. # nothing and hover for life. Thank you.
Aww.
Oh, did you want to do introductions?
Yes. Oh,
yes.
Sorry.
Introductions.
Yeah, let's
do it. Yeah. You want to start at the top of the list?
Yeah, let's run through. So, I guess I'll start. I'm Malcolm, and I'm the voice of Tangle. And hello, everybody. So that's me. And who's next one?
Amelia's next on the list, but I'm not sure if she's actually here or if she's just like observing.
She's
I'm just here to like in case. So bye.
Okay. Thanks, Amelia. She's one of our social media people, and she's amazing.
Yes.
She is. I'm Cassidy. I'm your friendly neighborhood Southern Belle Rain. That's me.
Menacing music here. Rez was next, I think. Rez, are you there?
I am indeed. So, hello, I'm Inrezario, also just known as Rez, and I voice Powerstrike in this series.
I'm Jamie, and I voice Precise Charge in episode 8.
I'm Maddie with an E, and I'm a social media helper, and I edit bonus content every now and then.
I am Maskii or Jess, and I'm an animator for the show.
I'm Morgan, and I play as our wow, I had this all worked out in my head, and then it all
You got it.
I felt the blocks of my mind tumbling apart.
You can
I'm
stick the
Morgan. I
landing.
play our local neighborhood goth girlfriend, also known as Hover.
You have those in your neighborhood?
Yeah, like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm your friendly neighborhood goth girlfriend.
I would love if my neighborhood was just goth girlfriends. Anyway, Maya.
Your neighborhood?
Is my mic loud enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Maya, storyboard artist, one of them.
A whole band of them.
Hey, I'm Chris. I had the pleasure to portray Proud / spoiler alert, Proud Main in episodes 4, 5, and 7.
Thank you for coming, Chris.
Oh, so happy to be here and hear you all.
Yay!
Okay, I'm Caleb, and I voice Fire.
Do we have time?
That's plenty of time.
Hello, I'm Patrick, and I'm one of the animators.
Everybody's voice is all purry.
I know, everyone's it's new.
Serious business.
Hello, I'm Pixel Sparrow, also just called Pixel, and I used to be the voice of Water Hunter. But you are going to hear my voice as Azra later.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yo, I'm Raven, and I'm the voice of Feather, if you can believe it. I know I sound a little different now, but yeah.
It's amazing.
Come on.
I'm Shayla. I voice Sharp Tongue. I know I don't sound like an old lady. She killed my vocal cords at the time, but I still love her. So, hi!
I remember you joked when you were doing the death scene, and it was amazing. Also, I'm Maddie, and this is my YouTube channel, but I don't voice anyone.
I'm Wolf, or Wolf number 9, or Eddy. I was in understudy for a while, but I got a chance to voice Wolf Main for a while.
That's a tough one.
Woohoo! Introduced. Also, I want to read. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I just had a question actually for you, Maddie. Was there any particular reason why you chose not to voice a character? Because I think you're a pretty talented voice.
Aw, thank you. I don't agree. I mean, I can do silly voices. Like, I think I can do banter with you pretty well, but I don't think I'm a good actor. I've never been good at that.
And I still beg to differ because you did really well when you played one of the Kingdom Wolves in Cow of the Wild.
I also played Millie in Cow of the Wild.
And Millie too. And that really did well, like when you were younger, because you could really feel like the youthfulness in your voice, and you're so happy. And then, but again, you did your savage superstitious, I get chills every time I hear you do that.
Aww,
with that wine, I heard it.
Wait a minute,
Yeah,
that was
everyone's
that was
asking
you?
where's Momo. I'm assuming she's very busy.
Momo is extremely busy. I didn't even check if she was available because she's never available on weekends. She does tons and tons of streaming stuff, so I always assume she's fully booked. I probably should have checked.
That's really well timed because nothing just went flaming eyes. I flaming eyes.
Speaking of Momo,
Pretty good at
I was going to say someone called Teenage Feather donated €2, and he says, "Under my protection, the irony, damn Fire."
Fire. I just want to say, before I forget, that on topic of Momo, she just put out a new video, and it's amazing. It's so good. So if you don't follow Momo on YouTube, you should definitely go check out her new video because it's an hour long and it's just magical and fantastic. And I cannot rave enough about it.
I follow her on TikTok.
All right.
She's also great on TikTok.
I found her on TikTok first, and I'm like, wait a minute, I know that name.
I watch when I'm bored. I watch TikTok compilations on YouTube because everyone does that. But I found her in a D&D TikTok compilation, and at the end when it faded out with Momo O'Brien, I was like, what?
She's famous in so many circles. It is incredible. That woman is so busy at all times. It's amazing.
That is not your decision.
I just want to read a couple more of these donations. Instatoku said they donated $5 and they said, "Thank you for creating the series. Best thing I've seen on YouTube in so long. I swear I didn't ugly cry last couple of episodes." And Molly the Angel donated again, and then it escaped my stupid chat. Here it is. It says, "Shrivel again. If Powerstrike wasn't cruel during the Huntress assessment, what do you think Nothing's Huntress name would be?" It was Hobblestep in the book. That would probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say you played a kind of a cameo with it when you said.
But if she wasn't cool, I don't know. It would be something about her intelligence, I think, or something about her bravery. It would definitely be something about her bravery, but I haven't thought of it.
Braveheart.
Smart brave.
If I would just be like,
Yeah. Oh, this scene's really sweet.
He's just a good dad.
Quickmane. I actually really like Quickmane too. I'm just I will be the person with the problematic face. I actually really like Quickmane. I think he's very nuanced.
Quickmane's my favorite character.
Cassie, donate to the stream that you're on right now.
I really wanted to see the pair.
Interesting. I think that's the fun part about the show is like even the characters who do very morally questionable things. It's like all the characters are so complex that it's like there really isn't a character who stands out who is like, I am bad, I am only bad, hear me grr. It's like they have like people they care about and they have things that are important to them, and so it makes it interesting because ordinarily we're not going to run into people in real life who are like the mustache twirling villains that we see in Saturday morning cartoons. It's like life is complicated and people are complicated, and like the things they do obviously aren't always acceptable because people can do horrible things to each other. But like it's interesting just to show that it's like nothing is really in black and white.
Everything's gray.
Things are gray and comes in different shades of gray because like people are complicated and life is complicated and nothing is easy, and so I just find that kind of fun in the show too.
Yeah, I really like that. That was a really good point.
Oh my god, can Hover get a monologue in season 2 like that? Just like, just like that.
Just be like, empathy is important, everyone. Just like say the morals of the show out loud.
Yeah, everything's gray, including me. I'm Hover. My fur is gray.
You might know me from the hit show My Pride.
I was gonna say,
honestly, in certain
the DuckTales comics, because the DuckTales comics always showed the characters like very different each issue. So one issue they could be like really sweet people, and the next issue they're completely like despicable sometimes. And the author was very good at doing stuff like that. I love that.
That's awesome.
Some shows and comics.
Absolutely. I think that's like a big point with Fire as well. I know Fire's getting obviously a lot of hate right now, but the thing is, for me, I don't think he's like a bad lion. It's just that he wants to survive and he wants to live. He did questionable stuff. He did very questionable stuff. But he sort of became a victim of Pride law, which is this toxic system. And I think, it's very easy as an outsider looking in to say, I would have never done that in that situation. But I think if you had your life on the line and you just wanted to do what your father and your grandfather and all of that did, it's quite difficult to sort of say, really. What you really want to do.
On that same vein,
I really like Fire. I really like Fire as a character for that reason too, because and also he's like, it's kind of like the justifications he gives for the things he does. It's always like he's trying to find an upside to it, but it's like he's stuck in the same cycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, like what you were saying earlier reminds me. Yeah, it reminds me of something that I learned from actually an acting teacher when I was in college. We were doing like random like scene work and monologues and stuff, and she said when you're up there, whether on the stage or on film or even with voiceover stuff, and you are given direction by your director, ideally you want to try and avoid running into the whole, oh, well, this character would never do that, or they would never say it this way, or they'd never like whatever, there's like a direction of like, oh, the character gets so angry they throw something. It's like, oh, they would never do that. And she always brought up the point where she's like, like you were kind of saying, like from an outside influence, it's so easy to go, oh, well, if this happened to me, I would never do that. But she says, you never know what you're going to do in a certain situation until you're actually faced with it. Because obviously, like we can all sit here and go, oh yeah, well, if this was happening, of course I would do this. But unless you have been there and you have experienced like the emotion and the adrenaline and just anything that happens in that scenario, you will never know what you will do for 100% certainty until you're actually faced with that. And it's like, it's been a great like acting tip for me, but also just like a random like life tip, I guess. Just being like, yes, we can obviously very easily from the outside, if we've never experienced this and we don't live like this, it's like, oh, it's so easy just to say, oh, well, just don't do this or just don't think like this. But it's like, until you're there and you're face to face with those things, you will never know what your reaction will be until you actually get there. And you can prepare yourself for a scenario like that in case it ever comes. But again, ultimately, you will never know what will happen unless you actually are in the middle of it. And I'm sorry, I'm like...
Very interesting.
I was just going to say, did you ever do the exercise where you were asked, like, this is an actual thing they do in acting, is like you're asked, like, put your character in like a different situation and try and figure out how they'd react to that situation?
We ever had that kind of exercise? I know we did a lot of like a variety of different things, but I know one teacher we did a lot of like not, I think impulse would be the right word, but like impulse practice of just learning to like follow the impulse. And a lot of it was like the things where we'd all stand in a circle and she's like, without saying anything, you will all sense a moment when you have to jump. And she's like, when you sense that moment, do it. Don't hesitate, just do it. And she said, because of that, there's just this weird like body clock thing where everyone will jump in sync because you will sense the moment and everyone will do it. And so she's like, oftentimes in acting, you will sense that moment of impulse. And she's like, when it comes, take it, because either it's a thing where the director's like, that was a great like take on that scene or whatever, but I'd rather keep it different, or you could introduce something where the director's like, that was cool, I never thought of it that way, go ahead and do it. So I remember doing a lot of like impulse work. I remember doing a lot of monologue training, a lot of like learning how to like audition and stage yourself and things like that, but unfortunately I don't think we ever had that particular exercise, unfortunately.
That is so cool.
I do remember doing that exercise from back when I was in theater.
You were in theater? That explains why you're so good at like expressions. That is a very cool backstory.
I feel so out of my league now. I was like, whoa, everybody's got to acting school.
Damn.
I'm actually the same as you though, in that I've had no acting training, so don't feel too bad.
Me too.
I don't have any.
The acting Philistines. Woohoo!
I'm just blundering through it.
Nowadays, like, there's so much more resources online than what there was, like, traditionally, like, now, especially with voice work, like, in the days of COVID, like, it's really exploded because you can't actually get into a real studio, and everyone's like, oh, I've had a home studio for years. It's like, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Shout out to like how different Raven sounds here.
I know. I know. It's so satisfying to hear Raven now.
Thank you.
You are awesome.
It's honestly been awesome to hear your voice change over the course of this series. It's been amazing.
It's been surreal. It's really funny. There's for that other thing where I had to like. Not for the series itself.
Yeah, for the thing that is a secret.
Yeah, that was really hard.
But you sounded so good. You did such a good job at sounding squeaky.
Thank you. I really reached for it.
Raven, listen.
Yeah.
Hey, I have something to tell you. Your main has come in so good.
We don't have much.
Thank you. Something that Morgan said earlier. It hit me because you mentioned something about like, oh, it's something you can do like a different take that might even like surprise the director. And I had a moment like that in episode 9 where it was that one line that I was having a like trouble with at first. It was like I didn't do it for him.
Oh my god, yeah.
Everyone loves that line.
I know.
thank
That's
you.
everyone's favorite, and that is not how I wanted it. But then when I
No.
listened to it, I was like, Raven's much fucking better than what I wanted.
Like you enjoy making people cry.
I think it's
Triple does.
Sounded
Yes, I
so
do.
like scared, and I thought that was so interesting because like he would be scared in that instant.
Yeah, it was. I was surprised. I was like, oh my god, she actually came up with that take. And
Yeah.
it was like a really exciting moment for me because I wasn't expecting it at all.
Because you were right. Because like I don't know, like there was a version I imagined it and better and more in character, and so many people have been like, that's my favorite delivery in the whole series. Like that was so good, and that's such a great acting decision. It shows you're a great actor.
It's still really,
We're getting rain.
God,
We're getting
Wait, someone said. I think everyone's referencing me when they say this, but I've noticed a bunch of people in the chat saying, "Can I get an awa awa?"
Oh, for when you attacked Barkman?
Ow, ow.
I think it's because when I attack.
I thought it was a
Oh, maybe that could be it too.
But I like the
It's rare for me to find enough of both of us.
This is some good Zeba. That's really good animated birdie too.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
This part
yeah,
is
good
all
job,
done by
Birdie.
Jeremy. It's amazing.
Birdie.
Ooh.
Like in the original thing, it was just like meow.
Yeah.
When I
Shout
saw
out to
that
the character animators here, just how disheveled and sunken in nothing looks here, especially in the face.
Like, and her eyes is just like.
It's actually
shout out
funny.
to
I
the
kind of loved
improvement,
the
like,
art
per
direction in this
episode. That's
episode.
something that I
Yeah, it
noticed-
looked. It was so cool. Sorry, go
Everything's
ahead.
very subtle.
Oh yeah, I loved
Yeah,
like
shots
when we started this episode. Maddie, you told us to make nothing skinnier, and Feather continuously get chubbier.
A meatball.
All the animators are just like, oh, the progression of this. By the end of the episode, he's just going to be like just inflated. But I remember seeing in the chat, someone did a fan art of just like Feather as a sphere, and that imagery is just forever burned into my mind.
I
love it so much.
Interesting looking
Feather
at this
is-
scene, especially when considering like the events with Fire and Tangle, how it's like
Yeah,
that's
that's a good
hover. Wow, nothing. Went through like a similar moment of like again that instinct and that survival drive of just no, this is mine, back off.
Yeah.
And then she kind of pulled herself out of it, and so it's just like, and it's I don't know if it's necessarily sitting here being like, oh, nothing is stronger than fire because she said no.
She is
to
stronger
murder,
than fire.
but-
That was 100% on purpose. And that no, but like genuinely, there's supposed to be like a foil. Like one of them is like when you make a fear-based decision if you're hungry and you hurt somebody around you, or you do your best to like not hurt anybody no matter how much you're hurting. Like that's a deliberate choice, and that's kind of the message of the show. Okay.
You know,
I
thought it was
love
really.
the story of Powerstrike. This is so well done.
This, yeah, Liam did this on his own, and it turned out way better than I could have ever dreamed. It's so beautiful. And the storyboards were also amazing for it.
First time I watched this, I was stupid and got confused, and for some reason thought that the male lion in this this thing happening right now, I thought it was Light for some reason. I got them mixed up.
That Astro
so
was
I
in love
was
with Light.
so confused. Yeah, I got it all mixed up in my head.
That was ending of episode 8 a really different meaning.
Yeah,
Quite a
yeah.
ship.
A goddess finds this terrible guy.
She cursed the man that she once loved.
Ooh.
I don't know who animated this shot, but I love it.
That's Liam. Liam did this whole section by himself.
Liam,
We left him alone.
amazing.
Yeah, it was so good.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
I have
find
to
it
ask
interesting
something.
how like whatever the scenario like, and I guess it's just meant to be like the whole point of it, how there always seems to be like this conflict and tug of war between like Suns and Azra, and Kensu's just in the middle like, children, stop fighting.
Kensu's like the older sister, right? Who's just
Yeah,
looking at her
she
younger
is.
siblings like, I swear to God, I will turn the
I'm
car
telling
around.
Mom,
Jesus
stop.
Christ.
Stop murdering each other's like love interests. Like stop there, I'm telling Mom.
I feel like it's very appropriate to Cassidy's actual personality.
What? Cassidy is a big peacemaker. and chill.
That's just on the outside.
On the inside, you have some fast, which I love.
I mean, Cass kind of based Rain on Lee Scoresby, and he's kind of a peacemaker.
Yeah, he kind of is.
Oh, I never noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He-
wanted to tell you. Don't say sorry.
After the
BBC.
BBC, yeah.
I can't remember now. So frick.
Rain sort of reminds me of a
Those Lee
Thorn.
Scoresbys are great.
Oh, the Mining Phantom just donated, and they said third. Don't know what will happen to the.
This is wrong.
Same.
I also like appreciate this scene. That it's like obviously it's timed very well because we have like building character development and arcs and stuff. But I do appreciate how like the whole truth about Feather and Quickmane and stuff comes out literally the next episode, because that's always something that has bothered me with shows where it's like, oh, I'm going to not tell a character this because either this isn't the time, I don't want to upset them, or they're just like, oh, they just shouldn't know the truth, it's just better. And then it's like forever down the line they find out, and there's always the whole falling out of, why didn't you tell me, why did you lie to me? And so it's like, I do appreciate
big
this where it's like the
betrayal
characters
scene.
are like,
Yeah.
no, we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about this. And I mean, yes, Feather's the one who brings it up, but that like nothing doesn't just go, haha, no, what are you talking about?
And
She's
I
not
love-
dead. Like, what do you mean?
I really
And
think
I
That
it's
not,
love-
good too because
drawn
it's.
out.
Feather looks so small.
I like it
And
too
I
because
love
it's
that
like.
Feather knew. Also, I love how smart Feather is that he just had he was able to deduce that was what happened to.
Yeah.
Just a little.
That was
Intelligent
that was
thinking.
actually exactly what I was gonna say. Like the characters are intelligent; they're making intelligent choices, and yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Foreshadowing.
Except for Azra, she makes a very silly choice.
Azra's just making fear-based choices, and that's her journey.
I have a question about the show.
Yes.
What's your question?
So how young are cubs told, yo, so if a no-main comes and kills your dad, you're all dead? Like, I feel like they shouldn't even be worrying about that. They should be worrying about having a happy childhood. You know what I mean?
For sure, they are told when they are far too. When they can understand language, they're like, "Hey guys, so you."
It makes
Your
me
life
think
is on the
like
line
the
at all
video
times.
of like the scientists talking to bunnies to try and teach them that someday they will die.
No, that's a video that
Yeah, where it's like this guy like
Gorillas.
turns into this like cute little bunny, and he just in this very quiet voice goes, "You will both die." And the bunny goes,
I feel like the bunny's just there, like you're totally killing my vibe right now. Like, please. Like,
And
Bunny
then,
has
like
no
the
opinion.
narrator of like the news story is like, "These are exciting times," and it's like, what is that?
Oh my god.
humans are so advanced. We taught bunnies like terrible
about
things.
mortality.
About
All
mortality.
bunnies are depressed now.
Oh my god.
Guys, Grey Lion, she's related to Hover.
She's related to Hover. She is puff.
Hover. Hover's
Mom? Question mark.
It's Hover number 3.
I remember a very popular theory for a long time was that Rain was Hover's mom. And like, kinda?
Like a
Vaguely,
serious
she's her
fire.
goddess. So
Yeah, you know.
I remember when
Clearly.
I was. Oh, sorry.
No, so you go first.
I was going to say, I remember when we were when Maddie and I were designing Rain. I kind of liked it when we sort of decided to give her like piercings, because I think that's where it kind of started that all Prideless have piercings, or at least the majority of them do. But then also Moonstrike's Pride all have piercings, so I'm just wondering if it's just like, you know, an aesthetic thing.
I'm thinking that Moonstrike's Pride, like maybe like a couple of them used to be prideless, and then all of them, like I think Moonstrike was prideless at some point, and then all of them are like, Moonstrike's like badass, and I want to look like her. So like I feel like they're sort of co-opting the prideless aesthetic.
I love
That's
that
just
shot
my
with the
little
water and the
headcanon,
sun.
though.
That was
Yeah.
a really good transition.
That was a great. That was by the storyboard artist who did that was Taylor, and that was like she did some really really cool transitions for it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
I was gonna say it's a transition. So we've got Rain, we've got Quill, we've got, I guess Moonstrike counts too as a Grey Lion, and then we've got Hover, and they're all in some way clearly related.
Gotta be.
It's a very large
when you
extended family.
Everyone is everyone's mom, except for
piece
Hover
of
for some
music
reason.
You make it.
This sounds like the secret Targaryen of my pride.
God, I've said this before, but I do love the whole aesthetic that the Pride lists really appreciate scars and stuff, and it's the reason why of being you life is hard and you survived something, and it's a way to remember, hey, I'm tough, I survived a thing. Because
As opposed to
that's
saying
my
you're weak.
aesthetic. I dig scars so much, and so I'm sitting here haha, that's me.
You're covered. I feel the same way. I think scars look badass on any character. Any character design, slap a scar in there, and I'm like, yes, I love it 10 times.
I'm obsessed with eyebrow scars, a scar that goes through an eyebrow. I will kill anyone for that character.
Yeah. On the character creation settings for Fallout 4, all of my characters have that scar over the eyebrow.
It's the hottest scar. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, you can.
Although with all of this talk about scars, etc., we probably should say don't try to get scars.
Please,
That's
no,
not the point.
No. Do that, please.
Good.
Do not hurt yourself.
Yeah, please.
If
don't.
it happens, it happens. But...
Yeah, it's just if life happens in a scar, for me, for instance, I think I have 3 scars, for different reasons. One of them was a life-threatening thing, and the other one was dumb, and I punched a wall. So,
I love that.
Very hovercore.
I have 2 scars that I can.
I love it.
2 scars that I can think of right now. There's one on my chin and there's one on just below my eyebrow. The chin one, I remember I was a little kid and I went face first down a slide, and of course I ate shit on the gravel. The one on my eye was when I was 8 years old. I was playing with my little sister who was a baby at the time, and I was rolling on the floor, and we have one of those island type walls where it's a half wall, so it's got the
pony
corners.
wall.
So yeah, I think that's what it's called. So I rolled around on the floor and I basically rolled and smacked my eye straight into the corner and split it open.
Oh, wow.
Sounds kind of like mine.
My scars are because I'm stupid.
I only have scars from when I had teeth in my ovaries, guys. Grossest.
Oh.
But I had to have them
I
surgically
remember
removed
that.
because my ovaries are stupid. And that's my only scars is from that. Also, we got a donation from Soothing Rains, and they said, I still need Season 2. What are the best ways viewers and fans can support your team to make that happen? Thank you. There's no way at the moment to support us. If you'd like to support us, you can share the show with people. The more views we have, the more attractive this will be for pitching when we look for funding. But at the moment, I'm taking a breather.
Well
So don't
deserved.
expect any. Thank you. Don't expect any.
Drawing
for a while.
nonstop lions for a year.
Literally 12 hours a day. I need to not be doing that for
Dreams
at
that
least
you had where
a
lions
bit.
infiltrate your dreams.
Yeah.
You gotta switch it up
Honestly.
to like dogs or something instead of lions.
By
with
pride
it.
dreams.
Yeah, just switch it to dogs and it'll all be solved. No, I need to not draw for a while.
Bye, Ray.
Speaking about scars, I have a really stupid story, which was I got chickenpox when I was about 10, and I got these 2 really, really deep pocks next to my eyes, and when it left, it created 2 sort of dented scars under my eye, and they looked like vampire bites.
I love it.
Cool.
So I used to say I have been attacked by a bat.
Oh my god.
And then Twilight came out a few years later.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get those glitter bath bombs and just bathe in them.
Just
stand in the
right
sunshine.
into that aesthetic.
Was
Well,
it-
that was funny too, because it's I have a scar across my neck that's just this long line scar, because I think when I was a baby, the doctors saw something black under my skin and they panicked and were like, oh my god, we got to operate, and then they did, and it was literally nothing, and they just panicked. And so they're like, oh haha, whoops, and they stitched me back up, so now I have this long scar on my neck. But as a kid, I would always be that person to be like, yeah, so I got this scar because I was a huge Lord of the Ring nerd, and I still am. So I'd be like, yeah, I fought a ring wraith and I survived.
I love it. No man can kill them.
Whoops, we accidentally cut this baby.
Water Hunter.
Oh, also we got I think
monologue.
the Mining
Got a good
Phantom has
question.
donated a few times to get their question answered, so I want to read their questions so that they don't feel like they need to keep donating. They said, has Fire always been manipulative, even as a cub, or did something change him? I think that he's always been a coward, and he has only become more so from his time on the stretch. Sorry, continue talking, everyone.
I love the way Farley got closer. So much.
Every time. Yeah.
He's got a
inch closer, like, hey.
Mind if I sneak on in
Well,
here?
there's like a part of me that hopes Farleap gets a girlfriend. Like, I don't think she will, but she deserves one.
She does deserve one, and I am going to make sure she gets something. Because I don't want her to just be like, I'm sad, but then I turned good, and now I ended up alone. Like, I want her to have love. Also, I just want to say that Bo1332 donated $2, and that's significant to me because he voiced Tori in Call of the Wild. Yay, Bo!
And in honor of Bo, potato.
Potato. Your potato lives on forever, Bo.
I just got whiplashed into 2011.
When those potato jokes were peak.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the Cow of the Wild blooper reels just all the time for no reason.
I just unlisted them because I was like, maybe these are old. Should I put them back? I didn't know people those.
I love Cow of the Wild, and the kids love it too.
Oh, please put them
It's
back.
slightly
These
less
are
violent.
They were so funny.
Yeah.
Like literally, me and my friend, I was telling her, I was like, you like My Pride? I was like, you should watch the show she made before My Pride. And
No, you shouldn't. No. Oh God. That's just signing up for suffering. It's so
It's so
But
bad.
It's beautiful. It's the progress, the hard work, like knowing that you did all of that. Like it's inspirational, I think, to people who are wanting to start out and do their own things.
Aww.
And the fact that you did it all yourself, like when you got home from school, like what?
I didn't do homework. Thank you.
I feel that.
Maddie,
Also,
Fader,
I knew there was something wrong.
That's
Maybe
really
both.
good shot. We love that shot.
Tiny Me found out what software you used to animate Cow of the Wild.
Yeah.
And downloaded it and tried to make my own animated series based off of a wolf roleplay that my friends and I did.
Hell yes, that is my favorite thing when people are like, "She's doing it, I can do it," and then they do it, and it blows my mind.
I didn't do it. I
mean, you tried,
but I did try. Yes.
That's
I was looking. I looked for that tutorial you did with the bear.
I think I took that down too. It's like, no, it's not teaching anyone anything.
I was like, dang it, she took it down. How am I supposed to become amazing now?
Of course it is. That is excellent course on pencil.
It was the wonkiest software ever. I don't know how you did that.
But it was free, and I didn't have money. I hate
I know it was free.
Also, Melody Nova donated $5 and said, "I love this series. Thank you all so much for creating this. You've inspired me to create a series of my own to break misconceptions." Thank you so much. We were just talking about how that's the best thing ever when people start making their own thing. Because
Speaking of like
we've got
being
another
inspired
one
to make series
from Stencil Fox, who says pretty much the same thing. I just want to thank you all for being an inspiration. I've been motivated and confident in my original creations. Best of luck for all the cast and crew. And then we got a donation from Jennifer Williams, who is actually a Patreon member. So thank you.
Oh,
for
thank
that.
you. Thank you so much.
But they have a fun question. It's like, if you could adopt any My Pride character, who would it be and why?
Feather.
Oh, boy. Feather, for sure, Feather. He would be the
Feather.
best. He would overthrow the government, and I would get to take credit.
Young
The only
Feather,
one that
Teen
would
Feather,
immediately
Feather.
Eddie, I love you.
Feather. Sorry.
Water Hunter's new cubs because they don't get enough love.
They don't deserve their dad.
She's just there to make babies.
What about the cross-eyed cub?
I love that eye roll.
I don't know how to tell you, buddy, but
No. You get a time machine and you grab her before anything happens.
Okay,
What if
okay,
you
yeah.
just spontaneously went to the future and then met Feather?
I just want to.
Apart, and then she just like goes into another dimension and then pops out to like teenage Feather, like I'm alive.
I like the thought of like having someone's character and then like going up to them with their character, like, "Hey, this is you. Isn't this really weird that your voice is coming out of this character, but also your voice is coming out of you? This is really crazy, right?" It's so fucking.
It is crazy.
I love it. I think it's so fun.
This is the scene that I'm remaking for one of my class projects in Maya, and like the amount of times I've rewatched this exact scene.
I'm sorry if this is traumatic for you now.
I'm traumatized. The other thing is we were forced to use the specific rigs that were given to us, so I'm remaking this with these really interesting looking dragon rigs.
Ooh.
I didn't have a lion one, unfortunately.
That's okay. We like
That's okay. Dragons are just as sick.
Yeah, so they're all dragons now.
Also, I'd really.
My pride dragon at you.
That would be sick.
Let's do this.
I wanted to shout out to Horukai because they donated 54 euros, and that's a lot. So I wanted to make sure that they were mentioned and read their comment out. And they said, I really like this series, and I really hope you guys are going to continue this series at some point. Thank you so much. I'm glad I was able to shout out to you.
Yay.
Yay.
This is just a random thing, but the way Hover is drawn in this episode kind of makes it look like she has a tiny mane, and I love that.
So good. A lot of the.
I love how fluffy she is.
Yeah, I just like my personal headcanon is that she's a main lioness, like a subtle main lioness.
The subtlest of main lionesses.
I was going to say Barbary lioness, because they're quite fluffy.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, that's it.
I remember recording that line so many times.
But it was so good.
I'm like, this is the moment. I have to get this right, and I don't know how many takes I ended up doing, but I'm like
3 hours later.
So good. And Proudman sounds amazing in this scene. Like, the scene that's coming up when he's like, "Someone ought to teach you some respect." It's so good.
Yes.
Damn it.
So good.
Sound design, like your editors did really well.
They're great.
I know,
as did Chris.
It's really subtle, but one of my favorite lines that I actually recorded for this episode was earlier on. Was the whole when she's like, "Hey, nothing like the lioness that was here. Do you remember her?" I remember, like, when I read that line, I added a bit of venom to the "Do you remember her?" Like, if you like, she matters so much to me, but clearly she doesn't matter anything to you. Like, watch what you say around me, mister. Like, I wanted to have that line have a bit of a bitter undertone, like.
I think you did a great job with that. I think you can really hear it.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, I kind of have like a bit of a headcanon because obviously Proud is like extremely homophobic, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, I'm having a feeling one of his cubs is gonna come out as being gay or something like that, and
Yeah.
they can only tell their mum, and their mum has
Aww. Aww. I know too many families like that. I love this scene. Farley is the best.
Yay!
You are a good person under duress.
They're just like, Liz, it's okay, honey. He'll get usurped one day anyway.
Yeah.
Circle
If it's a boy, it should be like, don't worry, you'll be able to leave, and then you'll be able to find a lion who. Okay.
I love all the accents. It's like, because Powerstrike has this lovely accent, and all of her daughters have these lovely accents, but that's because I know Izzy has this lovely accent, and I can't remember who voices Farley, but I feel really bad about it.
Maisie Meehan voices Farley.
Thank you. I like it. There's another M. There's too many M's.
There is never too many M's. I resent that.
I love Powerstrike's nighttime colors.
That shot.
Yes.
She growls at him and he steps back. Liam added that in, and it's like, mwah, so good.
Delicious.
So just for just a minute.
Did she ever say goodbye to her?
Nah, fuck Water Hunter Egg. I mean, God.
Off camera, she did her little nose boop and left because she was there.
I was gonna say, like, while all this was going on, she goes over to Water Hunter and is like, "Listen, I gotta go."
That's all she could do.
And I'm guessing, like, Water Hunter can't go with them. She has 2 newborn babies.
Yeah, she definitely can't.
Yeah.
I think they just look at each other and then that's it. Like,
just a little
I feel as though Water Hunter would have known that Powerstrike was probably getting close to the end of the line.
Love
and then
this
they
shot.
just, maybe they've already said their goodbyes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the shot with the shadow like slowly over
creeps over
I was
her.
just about to say that's a really, really.
She's still there. She could have had time to say bye.
Yeah, very true.
I remember
in the a lot of people were asking that, like in the fandom in general, because people were like, "Oh, Powerstrike didn't say bye to her." I was like, "She probably did. We just didn't see it."
That's true.
How many behind-the-scenes original script details am I allowed to share?
Text me what you want to share. I don't know. Don't share anything. Be bad. I don't know.
No,
like that would spoil anything future.
No. This was not a spoiler. I was just gonna say, like, in the original script, Soundstock actually went with them. but I actually preferred that she stays behind. I think
Yeah,
adds to
she
the
did.
I
weight.
think it fits her character better.
Yeah, she wouldn't buck against anything.
Yeah.
Because I think because I was going in the original, I was going more by the book, and in the book, she spoiler dies in the desert, and then nothing finds her ghost, and it's like, what the frick?
I gotta go.
But I prefer her
Good job.
dying in the desert alone.
Beyond the bounds of our territory.
Yeah, there's too many
just
characters
had
who
this-
die in the desert alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way too many.
But I can't think of
experience.
any off the top of my head.
No, I can't think of any that would die in the desert alone.
Poor baby ostrich had it coming.
I have not read the book, and a deep fear just entered my soul.
It's not good. Don't read it.
I love this song.
Me too. I wish I could have, like, I cutted all the credits for this supercut. I wish I could have listened to this whole song.
I remembered.
So
I'm like,
good.
wait a minute. I remember hearing this before, and I went flipping back. I'm like, oh, it was in Cow of the Wild.
Yeah. Sparky Deathcap's been like, I love his work so much. I'm so
My
glad.
favorite
other people
episode
got
of the
introduced.
series.
This is the hardest episode to make.
This
all
is
the
episode
animators
that
here know
nominating
they're
the Writers Guild Award.
We need to have like a
This is the
like a
first
moment of
episode
respect
that-
for the animators who died making the turnaround shot.
That was Jess or Maskii. That was all Maskii.
That was Maskii.
Jess
She died.
is a god.
Maskii.
I
is
remember I spent very close to 30 hours on the turnaround shot.
And you know
No
what's
joke.
nuts? Sam did the background for that one, and Sam also did 30 hours. And then Jeremy
There you
did the
go.
setup, and Jeremy spent like a fair number of hours getting that setup perfect. So that shot, I think the total out was like
So
maybe 80 hours, which is ridiculous.
Whoa.
God damn.
It's an expensive shot.
I was gonna say that this is the first episode that I actually started to animate on.
Yeah, you were doing boarding, and then we got you on.
Yeah.
Walk cycles.
This very cursed
walks
thought of like
The scorpion!
There's the scorpion. Okay, I'm like, there he is.
So there's a piece of fan art that has the Scorpion, Harold, and Rain all in the same shot, and
Oh
they're
my
each
God!
just looking at each other saying hi. And it's
I
so
love it.
cute.
Oh,
Just in general.
I love this little smile.
Oh, here she comes.
She's thinking about it. It's like, oh yeah,
I love the echoes here.
Yeah, the sound team did amazing on this.
Just very subtle.
Rain ASMR.
so good.
That doesn't even sound like me.
It does
It
sound
throws
like
me off
you.
that
You're
your
just
voice
an
is
amazing
like
actor.
And here comes.
Terrifying.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Looks so cool.
Look at it.
Oh,
The blink.
it's
Oh
a
my
cool
God.
shot.
That's
realized
the, and the music. Ah,
I know, it all
There's
worked
a
together.
plethora of times that I have animated specifically back shots of nothing. So the amount of times I've animated her butt.
Liam was complaining about that too. He was like, why have I drawn so many lion butts? What is this? Damn.
This is your career.
I love these scenes because it's like a jungle, and everywhere else has been savanna and like kind of plain, but it's like trees and green. They look like they're walking in a storybook.
Yeah. It was so fun to get these backgrounds done after so many like yellow toned ones.
And all these
colors.
all these lions. Green. What's green? We don't have green.
Some fan characters in this episode, right? Precise Charge is the big one.
Yeah, Precise Charge has the most lines, but there's a ton. I mean, in the background of this, there's like a buttload. And
like-
crew characters too. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
the trio of my, Shyla, and Morgan's characters are in here.
Blurred in the background.
Trouble trio. They're so great. I love them.
It's so great. They're like Suns' trio, which we made the joke
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
Like Suns just adopts them as her own. Like, yeah, these three are mine.
We need a spin-off.
My
Really
boyfriend.
that whole, I think
Actually,
we've made this
maybe
joke
that's-
before, but I think it's literally that SpongeBob meme of just the whole like, those guys are dorks. Yes, but they're my dorks.
Oh,
Maybe that's Feather in the future. Maybe he just comes across like Sunleap, Sunjester, and Doomfur.
Is that what? Those names are so cool.
That would be really fun.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Sorry, is there a line named
remember her.
Doomfur?
Yeah,
Yeah, my
Morgan's
line's name
character.
is Juniper.
it
That
came
is-
from the name generator, which has some wild combos.
That is like the coolest thing, and yeah, I would buy all the albums they produce because it's clearly a metal band.
That is
Doomfur.
clearly a metal band.
It's very
Also-
clearly like post-hardcore or something. So
funny.
We got a
'cause I think
donation
what we
from
ended
Purple
up
Fury.
deciding
Oh.
for like her headcanon was that she's called Doomfur because she's extremely unlucky. And so it's like she keeps getting hit by lightning or like things will fall on her, and it's like she has multiple patches like where her fur is completely missing just because she's gotten so beat
I
up.
love
But at
that.
this point, she just like, not that she doesn't even care, but she almost enjoys it to the point where she'll like go running, like chasing people, being like, "Ha! Here comes a thunderstorm. Who's gonna get struck? Is it gonna be me? Is it gonna be you?"
I'm a sucker for characters who are the universe's punching bag in some respects.
Chaos Gremlins.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
God, that's
I just wanted to
kind
say-
of that's kind
donation?
of what light is when you think about it. Like a little bit the universe's punching bag, maybe specifically Kyogo's punching bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he deserves it, but
He kind of, yeah.
Light Ashford.
Also, okay, I want to just read the donation real quick. Purple Fury says, I just want to say thank you for being inspirational. You were the reason I created my Runaway Wolves series. So, whoever is listening, maybe we should all check out the Runaway Wolves series. Thank you so much for letting us know. That's so cool. Yay. I just wanted to, yeah.
That's awesome.
I remember around this time, my boyfriend made his Lion Sona, and it ended up getting put in the background of that one shot. And so when we were watching through this, he was watching. This was the second time watching it after it had premiered, and we were watching it, and my boyfriend was in the call, and we pointed out, like, "Hey, who's that in the background?" The second he saw like the bottom half of his blurred background character, he goes like, oh, "That's my character!" He got all excited.
He was so happy.
Making dreams come true.
And he's like generally a really chill person, right? Like you were saying, like so cool.
He like, I was gonna mention this earlier when the whole like getting inspired off of this stuff to make your own series thing. He like has his own series planned, but he never actually like went ahead to start doing stuff on it until I got the job working on the show, and then he started seeing the show and he started meeting you guys, and he was like, "Man, I really want to start on my stuff." So this like inspired him to get to work.
That makes me so happy. Vig is so freaking talented too. Like all of his art is insane. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh my god. I don't know.
Oh my
like
god, yeah, it's
I'm just-
insane.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. I'm so glad. Eddie, you have your own series too, right?
Yes, actually, I didn't really want to spend too much time on it, but yeah, I'm making basically, I guess you would call it an audio drama, but I have like a few artists making some art, and it's called Rosabelle. It's kind of more child friendly and kind of like fantasy Dungeons and Dragons kind of story, and the pilot episode should be out next week.
Oh, I didn't know that.
exciting. That's so
I'm
sick.
so excited. I want to see that when you put it out.
I am such a sucker for audio, for like audio drama stuff. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I keep watching because I'm like, I'm glad I could be really a part of this. So like, really, thank you, Tribble, and everyone so much for like,
Yeah, of
just
course.
letting me like hang around. And like, I watch shows like this, and I'm like also follow like other shows, and I'm just keep saying to myself like, man, I wish I was an artist. And I was like, but you know what? I know I can do music, so I'm just trying to make that tell the story as much as the voice actors that I hired, and hopefully it looks great. So look out for Rosabelle.
You definitely should. And like Maddie got me in a podcast called Magnus Archives, which is just that. Like it's just like really great writing, really great writing and acting, not two writing. But like it's hugely popular. It's got a giant fan base. Like that's a completely great way to get a story you want to tell out. And I'm so excited you're doing it.
I used to be immune to podcasts because I have ADHD, but I got into them after I learned how to paint. So that's why I listen to podcasts.
How to what?
What? What?
Paint. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'll definitely check that out.
All of this will be over.
Great scene.
We came here to talk.
Can I like say I love the shots that Danny did the setups for, because she makes them look so cute. I love her art style.
It's so good. And Danny did the storyboards for this scene too. Danny is amazing. Everyone's so good on this series.
The best part of that was my stream is a bit delayed, so somebody said this is a great scene, and all I was seeing was dead lions, and I was like,
I love corpses.
Oh dear.
Live in peace.
I was like,
I mean,
it's still a great scene.
Oh my god.
corpses.
I made a video. It's not public yet because like I was waiting until a little bit after the last 2 episodes were out. But I made a compilation of every single animated shot that I've done, as well as the storyboards that I've done. And there was this one shot where it's nothing walking around the tree with Rain, and she turns the corner and there's all the corpses, but I had really happy music playing in the background, so when I showed it to Vic, he just burst out laughing.
You're gonna have to link us to that.
Yeah, I'll send the link later. Actually, I can go grab it now.
It's like the Wii Me soundtrack playing.
Cheetah Star does so good as Kyoga. She does
Oh
so
yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Wait, that's not Cheetah Star. That's Square X Husky.
Oh, sorry,
Wrong
I get them mixed up. Sorry.
That's okay. They both played Midnight at one point. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what throws me off. I'm like, wait a minute. No, that's not right.
Oh man.
I love that stumble
This scene is.
The stumble back is so good. Danny
What
did
if she
that
just
one. And
like fell off the cliff?
that would be.
That would
Like
have been
Elfo and Disenchanted just rolls off.
Yeah.
Off the cliff.
I had to trust her.
I love his eye switch when he's like, she was
Yeah,
gonna
like-
kill me.
That's so good.
And he
So
like
good.
shifty eyes. He's like,
Yeah, you're like,
No,
you don't
like-
believe you.
The desperation in
Like,
his
you can
voice
see,
is
like,
so
already
good.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Philip
it's
did
starting
is
to
Oh
fit
my
so
god,
perfect.
yeah.
tell
Philip
his
is
story.
and her
amazing
face
as voice
is just
actor.
like, oof.
I think the whole reason people even like sympathize with Light at all is because Philip did such a great performance that you
Oh,
can't
he
not
did
feel bad.
great.
Like
He did
his
so
voice
good.
has so much
Hit it out of
emotion.
the park.
Didn't you say the whole Kyoga situation was based off of Helen of Troy? At least
Yes, it was.
I was
And a
gonna say,
lot of people picked up on that. Yeah, Helen of Troy, the face that launched 1,000 ships was like what I was going for. A lot of this is like Greek gods inspired, kind of, as you can see from this.
Listen to that voice.
Hey, this is Melissa.
God, it was
And
so
the way it
weird,
wiggles.
like, this was
Lady
something,
Parthenax.
like, last minute. Yeah, it was when I did like a female Parthenax, and Maddie's like, "Oh, let's do this," and I'm like, okay."
But I think it turned out great. I'm so glad that you posted that and that I got to hear that and be like, oh yes, it improved.
It is
Sure, if someone else was
fantastic.
actually, if there was another voice, or if you just use a distortion effect. But it's cool to know there is another voice talk.
There's a distortion and it's also and we got a donation from Tada Cuba, and they said, in regards to season 2, what platforms will announcement be made regarding progression of the show? We're shutting down our socials, I think tomorrow. It'll be announced on YouTube, and we'll bring all our socials back if we are doing more. So you will know about it if you follow us literally anywhere.
I love this shot.
This shot is so crazy. The fire effects. Damn it, Liam.
love
He's so
it.
good at special
And then the
effects.
axe. Like, it just
So
Yeah.
difficult. I've had to animate fire twice for commissions before I animated for the show, and like when I tell you I sat there for like 10 hours trying to figure it out,
like ripping your hair out and clumps going, ah!
it's so difficult. It's a progression of it starts out terrible and then it gets better, but it's also like a mix of you kind of have to do straight ahead animation for it to work, but then when it has to loop, it's really frustrating.
I feel like that's like
Fire is one of
that
those
kinda
deceptively simple things. Like,
Yeah.
it looks like it should be easy, but it's not.
I always thought that like fire and like I forgot the other thing, but like fire was one thing that like is like something incredibly hard to animate. Just because it's just so like alive and random.
Anything like that is super difficult. I have never done it successfully.
You have the wrong lioness.
I've had this one trick where you, well, this only worked once because it was a ball of fire, but like you have the ball of the base of the fire, and then there's like, this sentence is gonna be funny. There's like different balls moving up, and you base the flame around those. So I could have said circles. It's flames, but yeah.
It's under a curse to shift someplace else if Sansarai gets
I'm just such a sucker for like backgrounds and especially like just like beautiful night skies, like stars and all that stuff. It's so beautiful.
Oh my god,
Oh,
and lots of nighttime stuff.
You want me to trick a goddess? Not trick.
Love the symbolism of stars as well in the universe, sort of my pride. Hearing the story about Azra and things like that. It's so nice.
Well, thanks. I mean, it's not exactly an original idea to be like, stars are dead, guys. But I'm glad that it worked.
Stars are dead, guys.
Actually, I've never heard it before. It's never been
Never heard
used
that. Never been in a religion. Never been in
How
a
fluffy his mane is.
I know.
It's so big.
I imagine that adult
God.
Feather would have a very fluffy mane because
Yeah, he's got to have a feathery mane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check this out, Mask.
Oh, I got the perfect thing. Let's see here if I can find the GIF. Here we go. Can't spell.
Oh my gosh! For some reason, like the newer episodes, like I haven't seen them as much, so it's so weird to be. Other people have seen
The
it. It's great.
animation just gets like better and better. This one was so much fun to work on.
The fight scenes are ridiculous. I was so scared we wouldn't finish in time. You guys remember? I was panicking.
That's a great looking antelope too. Very Kasayan look. Old anime line.
Or is it an impala like it said in the original script?
we totally didn't even notice. He said Impala, and then we designed it. Think about it until fans were like, "Excuse me, we know what different animals look like."
Maybe Feather does it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Feather's just down.
Fantasy.
But Dad, don't we eat the animals?
Is it that Feather's dumb or that nothing has lied to him?
Nothing doesn't know.
That's a great shot.
Gaslighted him.
Like every creature that looks like this, nothing's just like it is a gazelle, and it's like every single one is like
Everything with
They're even
hooves.
a zebra.
Everything the light touches, everything with hooves is good as hell.
Everything is an Impala now. We are Impalas now.
My Impala.
What if
That's the name. Impala mane.
Impala mane.
My imposter.
It's a mane that was killed by like some kind of herbivore, and they're like, "What do we do? Like, is this our mane
normal now?" Oh gosh, yeah.
Yes, the gazelle leads us.
So what happened? I have a question. So if the mane just dies of old age, which probably never ever happens, but what happens?
I don't know. I think they would, lionesses would, no manes would come by and be like, "Can I have your pride?"
I
Make
guess.
a game time decision.
Maybe there's kind of like some sort of like ritual to just be like, we gotta make sure you ain't a wimp.
Yeah, there's probably an anti-wimp ritual. I haven't.
I love that.
He like challenged the hunt chief to a duel.
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be spicy.
Hey, there's a boy.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Look who's here. Yeah.
I saved your life, Fire.
I love the look of them fighting in the background as they leave.
Yeah.
That was
Pardon me.
That's a very
taken
fun.
from Maskii Sports. Thank you, Maskii.
Looking back at that, like I realized I wanted to do a different angle for the boards, but it still works. I sort of wish I did a lower angle and not facing down one.
For a long time after Azra took him.
But it still looks like mwah.
Main wiggle.
Shout out to the person that just put "My Pride was animated by Impalas" into.
Patrick can attest. Patrick and Jess are both Impalas.
It was actually a very. It was a collection of
I love
very.
the screen name.
It was a collection of very tame Impalas who were the animators.
Ah, this
You were Kit Kat. Good message. It made me laugh.
The real reason Tangle was killed was because he kept making music references Fire didn't get.
Fire's like, "You're way more of a hipster than me."
Oh,
Feather's the one with mutton chops.
yeah, he is the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I remember like during the premiere party that a couple of us had when episodes 9 and 10 dropped, I said that Fire could have easily wiggled out of the situation by just saying that he made a coalition with Feather, but we kind of all agree that Fire's too stupid to do that.
Fire can't think on his feet.
Yeah.
I also we made the joke that like Fire, whenever he eats pizza, he only eats the crust and nothing else.
Fire's evil in a brand new way.
I remember that. I remember.
That's another crime you did, Fire.
I quote it when the scene's coming up was about the pizza crust stuff.
Fire when Habs pizza crust. Fire when no Habs pizza crust.
This spiraled because I had my baby rats out and they were wandering around my desk, and I had pizza crust on my desk because I don't eat the crust because I don't like it, and the rats kept going after the pizza crust, which was 2 times their size is, by the way, because they're small, and then running away with it, and like they kept tripping over it, so I would keep yelling like, "Stop! Don't run away with the pizza crust!" And it was at the time that Fire and Barkman were fighting, so you're just like, "Oh, they're just fighting over the pizza crust."
Pizza crust.
It's just that good.
It's Pizza Rat. Sequel.
Pizza Rat, oh god.
I feel like Pizza Rat is like a really good punk band name.
I was gonna say that same thing. Not gonna have the same brain. 'Cause
We need
Pizza
to start
Rat
a-
would be like a very broy one, you know. That's only sing about getting drunk.
We're Pizza
I don't know,
Rat.
Pizza Rat, the pizza,
Pizza Rat makes me
Kentucky
think of
Fried
Chuck E.
Chicken and a
Cheese.
We're
pizza.
Pizza Rat, and
Oh,
we're
hardcore. Everyone wears a rat head, like what's it called? Dead Mouse.
I think his name is just Chucky.
Yeah, just
Also,
Chucky.
Juice Pop says he puts pineapple on the crust and eats that only.
Oh.
Your crimes continue. I actually like
Pizza
pineapple.
has rights. Pineapple on
Pineapple
pizza has
pizza's
rights.
great.
It is great. It is great.
I like the feeling. I like the feeling when you eat pineapple because it's like it eats you back.
It's tingly. It's so fun and tingly.
Love it.
it's like
When I was
the acid
pregnant
is
with my first kid, I ate like 3 cans of pineapple in one day. I do not recommend doing that.
I
It was so good, but
I once
bad.
ate a whole can of like black olives in one day, but like I wasn't pregnant. I just was going through some stuff.
Valid. You're extremely valid.
I wasn't pregnant. Gruesome stuff is. I'm gonna set that as my Discord mood.
Oh my god, that is the biggest mood I've ever had.
I think that's just the mood of 2020.
Yeah.
Went to 2021.
I wasn't pregnant. I was just going through something.
Oh, while we're here in these last 2 episodes, I'd love to mention that in one of the episodes here, I may have hidden something in the background.
Oh yes.
Oh
no. It's in one of the
Raven
shots I
knows.
animated. Raven knows what it is.
You can say what it is. It's been late enough that you can set people on this quest.
Vig's
I
dog.
should I mention what it is?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Say
Yeah.
what it is. It'll be easier for people to look for it, other than just like a wild search for a random thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's way more fun.
Otherwise, you're not gonna find it. It's too small.
Oh god,
It's
very
very
hard
hard to see.
It's very hard to
You
find.
don't want to come, you don't
I
have
hid
to.
a Cheeto in one of the backgrounds.
In episode 9,
Cheeto?
right?
A Cheeto,
In episode
like
9.
like the
Like Cheeto.
Like the snack.
Like
There's
the
a
snack.
Cheeto in
Snack.
here.
Oh, a
You're
Cheeto.
saying, I couldn't tell if you're saying Cheeto or
So
Cheetah.
there's a secret Cheeto hidden somewhere in the episode coming up for
Dun,
people
dun,
to try to
dun.
find it.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's
I'm
Yeah.
on the look. I need to
Yeah.
find
No
it.
one has found it yet.
On the prowl.
No one has found it without my help.
It's super hard to see.
So yeah, the only way
Very
any
nice.
of us saw it was you were like, "It's right here." We were like, "Oh yeah."
It's not in the. Is it like the one thing? Is it in the bottom right corner of the screen?
Left.
Okay.
Left.
Because
Okay.
just
The
because
whole time we're just gonna be looking there.
yeah, because we
Even
have
then,
a
it's
little
easy
picture
to
of
miss.
nothing covering up the bottom right a little bit. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Good luck, Fire.
Also,
That episode is
also,
gonna get
like,
so many
disappears
random views
halfway.
now.
Feels really cool.
Good. Rewatching,
Shout
looking
out
for
to
the
Phil for doing a
Cheeto.
great job on his Barkman.
Even
He did
Barkman's
so
looking for the
good.
Cheeto.
So well.
Cheeto.
Like Phil has
Cheeto, damn
such,
it.
Philip
No,
has such a
mine-
good range to
I
like
give-
do
Yes,
light
such
and
a-
bargain.
I gave
and
you a
they're very
warning last
different
time.
characters, and they're so good. He does.
Nobody
so good.
picked up on that they were the same until they saw the credits, obviously. But like, you
Yeah.
cannot tell at all.
No, man,
I-
you better
I
not
didn't-
be eating my Cheeto.
I didn't hear that. Who's the same?
Light is the same actor as Barkman.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
I
Philip
didn't know that.
Sacramento.
That's crazy.
He
He's
does
amazing.
real well.
Thank God.
Oh yeah, you guys probably aren't gonna be able to see the Cheeto in the live stream just because of quality and size.
Yeah.
I'd recommend going to the original and watching it at the highest of quality.
Yeah.
Here comes your line, Feather.
Your line. You saved Fire's life.
I didn't do it for him.
Like how we're all distracted looking for a
heart.
Cheeto.
So good. We're not.
I was distracted by that line. That was an awesome line.
Yeah.
You placed the Cheeto in like the most serious scenes.
Raven
Lighten the mood.
Raven was actually talking there about the Cheeto rather than like
He
did it
looks
for the
so
Cheeto.
mad there.
I did for the Cheeto.
They, I'm not gonna specify which one because it might give it away too obviously, but the number of the scene in the shot is a specific number. and that's as specific as I'm gonna get.
Good job. Well done. So many clues.
That potentially made it even harder for me to figure it out.
You're just playing mind games with them.
It is somewhere within this episode at a certain time, at a certain place.
This exact frame. This exact frame.
Queen.
Yeah.
Well, flying wife.
Hey, Maya's designed this character.
Oh my god, she's my wife.
She's so good.
Really
Like
cool.
in her concept art, she had like a moon crescent ear. Like she had like a chunk taken out of her ear. Was that just like because it would have been too hard to animate?
No, I took it out because Fire ended up getting a chunk out of his ear, and I don't know why I took it to match. But I was like, it would be, I don't know. I didn't want to do both.
Okay.
Her face is so soft.
I think it's probably because we don't know a lot about like this whole like Pride yet, but like they've always been the ones that I've been like, oh, these are like the coolest. Like I want to know all about this Pride.
Yeah.
This is the punk rock Pride.
Yeah, it's like it's the Pride. It's like the cool kids, and I've never been able to sit at their lunch table. You know?
Yeah.
No,
I
that's,
feel like
that's, that's a fireman. He's like, this is a pride of goth girls.
Yeah, Fire just wants all these goth girlfriends, and he's willing to kill his cousin to get it.
Maybe
Nothing's gonna stand in my way.
I need these goth babes.
Fire and Tangle like found many different prides that could have been like a potential better place, but like Fire was
Not
just
goth
hoping for the
enough.
goth one. And Tangle's like,
Everyone thought he was being nice.
Fire's like,
It's like when you play,
Yeah.
it's like when you play Animal Crossing and you go to like visit the different islands and you keep like spamming the different islands, hoping to find that like one villager to invite to your island.
Tangle's like, Fire, we haven't eaten anything in days. Are you sure you want to try another pride? Fire's like, yeah, don't worry. I got a backup plan. Don't worry. It's all right.
Yeah.
See, he was hoping for a specific type of meal when he set his eyes on the prides.
He looks freaking crazy here.
Yeah.
So don't worry, Tangle. I keep you.
Never forget how the live chat exploded the first run.
Oh, I couldn't even watch myself. Like I cry. I'm like, no.
The turn of the music, I think, is insane for this part.
Yeah.
Scream is fun to do.
And I don't know
the
why,
music
but
is good.
that line, the "get over here, Feather," like that wasn't even like a part.
That was
of
an
the
ad
script.
lib.
Yeah,
It was so
happy.
good though. I had to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Love
love
so
it when you
proud
guys
of
add
That was
stuff.
so
No,
good.
and the delivery was just amazing. And I don't know if you've seen, but we got so many comments being like, "The get over here, Feather struck fear into my soul."
Oh, I don't know. That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah.
I actually, so I
Get over here.
I was thinking that too.
I like
But it's
purposefully like didn't watch the full like final episodes, like, and then like I heard someone like in our staffy chat stuff, someone said like, oh, when Feather dies, and I was like, oh, Feather's just gonna straight up die, and I was like, and then like it happened, I was just like, did that really just like, I had to pause it because I was like, that was insane.
It was so funny watching the live stream and seeing after the episode finished the people who left before the credits.
Yeah,
Which is
that was
apparently a lot.
A solid 500 or 5,000 people who left.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my god.
There's got to be at least one person who like straight up has just been avoiding all my pride related stuff because they felt so
tail.
burned
yeah.
and they don't
I
know.
never realized Fire's tail is just going back and forth like crazy in that one shot. I love that.
Yeah.
You did really good here, Caliber.
Man, nothing landed like an embarrassing amount of hits on him, considering.
I know.
You know, like
Really?
good for her.
I mean, I think we established
Now she's got a
he's
little
not
internal
a great.
bleeding.
He's not a great fighter, and nothing's really smart. And those two things.
And nothing's like scrappy. Like she
Yeah.
she doesn't
She hits
mind
and
getting
she
hit.
dodges. She gets away.
Yeah. Oh, can I just mention something
don't
quite
like this
funny
part.
about one of the character designs for Moonstrike's Pride, and that's
Yeah.
River Babble, I think.
Oh,
Because it's so
Stream Babble was
funny.
the actual name. She was named after
Yeah,
a
Babble, yeah.
stream. But go ahead, yeah.
But the funny thing is that Jess came to me saying like, "Oh, I've edited the design that you've done," and Jess thought she was my character. I'm like, "Oh, she doesn't belong to me."
I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember where this came from, but like somewhere it got into my head that this was. I think it's because you.
Melissa designed her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the character doesn't belong to me.
I don't know. It was never like specified whose character it was, so I saw the art, I recognized the art, so I just assumed it was yours. Then like stuff was mentioned that it was just I got so embarrassed. I was like, oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be embarrassed.
It's okay. I mean, to be honest, I don't even know who...
Momo's deliveries here are just crazy.
I know. This part is just like, oh, I was so excited when I heard her laugh.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't believe she roared like that.
Yeah,
No, but legit, my name is nothing. Like, oh, it was so good.
That was really powerful.
Hits you right in your soul.
I love the way she doesn't even flinch when he roars in her face.
And that's a big difference from what Powerstrike does, or when Quickmane roars.
Yeah.
Flinched. She doesn't.
Ghosty boy.
And then Yost is like, okay, I'm here now. I've been watching from the bushes. Okay, let's go.
Time for the plot. Yost is like, now is the most dramatic moment.
Sooner.
Also,
And the
I love
reason-
what's coming up next. This is going to be so good.
Yeah.
Raven, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say the reason it's really impressive too is because like I'm not sure like how many people are aware, but when a lion roars, you can feel the sound waves. Like the reason it invokes fear is because you are literally like paralyzed by it. It sends like shockwaves through you. You
That's
feel it
so
through the ground.
cool.
You feel
You
it
can
through the
also
ground.
have the same effect as a mother if you can get that guttural like growl in there at your children.
Through the ground and up into your body. So the fact that she doesn't even flinch is like it makes the scene even cooler for me.
Yeah.
I love your lion facts, Raven. They're a highlight always.
They look skinnier than the wildebeest.
Yeah, they weren't doing so good. Oh, buddies.
Ghost is so spooky.
He's about to
Oh, no,
put
it's
some Tangle on his pizza.
Yeah, Tangle.
Tangle flavored pizza crust.
Yum yum yum.
Tangle flavored pizza crust.
In the very first draft I read, it said, and then Ghost does something magic and spooky.
Yeah, I didn't know what he should do. I think you suggested that he turned into Tangle, or you suggested that he turned into somebody, and I was like, that's the best.
Yeah, I was like, maybe
That
they
was
can
part of his
speak with
character.
a character's voice. I suggested a bunch, and you were with Tangle.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was
Someone's
like,
gonna share
that was
the
the
crust.
most fun thing. People kept asking me like, "What's my favorite line?" And I was like, "Well, it's got to be the part where I be a spooky ghost."
He was gonna share the pizza crust.
Kind of like a Bob Marley
Scene from Game of Thrones. Hold the door.
Oh no!
No, it's-
Oh.
Like, glad I am that you kept in a little foot improv.
Fun fact: when I was recording that bit, like I was gonna share it line, my parents came downstairs and like, "What are you yelling about? Like, what are you upset about?" And I was like, "I am very embarrassed right now." Hello, folks.
You can tell them it now.
What's that?
I have a theory.
Yes.
That okay, so Fire ate Tangle because the one time Tangle decided to go for the crust is when Fire catches him.
No Fire love himself some pizza crust.
He likes a bit of pizza crust.
The crust.
My favorite thing about the whole fire-eating Tangle theory is that he had literally killed an antelope. So he had to look at the antelope, look at Tangle, and then go, nah, I'm going for Tangle.
The antelope was very skinny on its own. Maybe together they made one full meal.
God.
I think that's a great walk cycle too. When he goes into the
Or maybe Fire was like bulking, like he was trying to build some muscle and get swole, so he needed extra carbs.
We gotta stop making cannibalism jokes because the chat is now also being like, Fire ate Tangle.
Oh no!
He's done no cannibalism.
No, it was.
I know that a
yeah,
lot of
it's
people
not.
have talked
joke
about
among our
this scene. And I think this scene was really, I think, what sold people on Ghost, because Soggy did such.
I know.
I mean, both Soggy and Momo like nailed this scene. This scene is so good with the both of them. And I think this is like really the scene that like nailed in like Ghost as people's favorite character, just because Soggy brings him like so much heart, and he's just like he's a soft boy, he's a good boy.
Yeah.
He's so sweet.
I would say that Ghost is one of my favorite characters for sure.
Yeah. This is a scene where it sounds like the actors are like recording together, which is really crazy when you remember that we all did that separately because they sound like they're having a conversation, and I really love that.
I love that. That's a sign of amazing acting. Like the fact that you guys were able to have chemistry with each other without a lot of you ever even meeting. I just lucked out with you guys. It's so cool.
It's great.
I am
There's
in
still
all
a
of
lot
your
of
houses
comments about
right
the
now.
cannibalism. Just want to make it very clear.
Yeah.
Canonically, Fire did not eat Tangle.
Fire did not
This is,
canonically. We keep making the joke, and then now people are taking it seriously.
Yeah,
Please,
it's
don't
not
put it in the
serious.
wiki. It's not serious. We're joking. Please.
No
A
cannibalism.
bit of his tail, and then he left.
Everyone who was going to put it in the wiki left prior to
Damn it!
saying
It's, I'm
keep
sure
going.
if someone
That
checks the
shot-
wiki, it's for sure in there.
That shot with the sand was great.
I was gonna say that
That
sand
was.
effect
That's
was
another
so
Liam one. He did like
Liam.
all our special effects.
So
Liam,
talented.
it's like, I guess. Okay, here's our. Everybody watch this.
Ooh,
Everybody
it's
has
a
to
scene
see
that
that.
everybody.
Oh,
Wait up! I was faking and I got away.
I'm getting chills. I'm crying.
Oh.
I'm just bleeding from the throat, but I'm fine.
From the throat, but I'm so good.
I had a bad day.
I
There's
tried
gonna
to.
be so much sand in there.
When I recorded that line, I was actually like holding my throat, trying to
Oh,
sound
sweetie,
like
don't do
raspy
that.
and
Please
strange.
don't.
But it sounded
Please.
great.
It does sound great, but please don't do that.
No, it's
That is so great though.
thank you. I was like, oh, he should probably sound like a little raspier since that. Yeah, that probably messed that up.
Get bitten in the throat.
What you do is
Yeah,
you go have
definitely.
some milk or some yogurt or a dairy product. It'll make your throat all kind of phlegmy.
Mhm.
And if you want it to not be phlegmy, you eat apples or you eat potato chips, something oily, and it'll make things smooth.
Ooh.
You have so many
Yeah.
voice acting tips.
An
That's awesome.
excuse.
Because I
Very
had to
true.
do a bunch of death scenes for another thing.
Oh
that
my gosh!
Oh my
$500
never was
donation.
What? Oh my
Natalie
god!
Madariaga.
Holy
Jesus.
crap!
Hello
Oh, that's
from
Natalie. That's
Japan.
who Stream Babble belongs to. Natalie says, "Hello from Japan. It was amazing to see Stream Babble in the show. That last episode was a roller coaster of emotions. I hope My Pride gets a second season and that you and your staff enjoy your break. Thank you so much for making My Pride available to so many people on YouTube. Thank you so much, Natalie. Dang, you're like a superhero.
That is amazing.
Yay!
Wow.
Thank you very
much. Holy.
Thank you so much.
The
I feel like
coolest.
this is a good note to end the stream on. I know we're having fun. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've
I
been
just felt
answering
like a
questions. We've been having good times.
Yeah, like I was gonna do a Q&A after, but I feel like we've been doing a Q&A throughout. So thank you guys all so much for cast and viewers for sticking around for like the full 2 hours of all of our lions. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of
Thank
fun.
You guys have
Thank
no
you.
idea how
Super
much
fun.
we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hokori.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, everybody. I
Thanks,
guess
y'all.
I'll end the stream, but yeah, thank you so much.
I don't know why I'm
Thank
waiting.
you.
You can't see me.
Making